To lead the skull chant and sound the Yaller horn, please welcome the 31st Adjutant General of the Minnesota National Guard, Major General John Jensen.
Well, hello, this is John Randall, Minnesota Vikings legend, and it is my pleasure to say, Minnesota Vikings fans uncensored, are you ready? Keith, get your people up. Let's go. Skull, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Attaboy. What up, David?
How you doing, Fish? I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
Oh, man. What is that spiffy jersey that you are wearing? Sir?
Oh, look at this thing. Not that spiffy in all actuality. It is a 90s champion jersey, as you can see, right? And I went into a champion store, an outlet. They don't have these things anymore, right? Walk into the store, looking through their stuff for a Vikings jersey, and had a blank one. So I bought the blank Vikings jersey for like $4, dude. It happens to still fit. I don't know how, but I went and right next door there was like a place that would sew on numbers, and they built the whole shirt for me. It's a Rinaldi shirt, man. Look, Rinaldi. Boom.
Oh, dude, I'm so jealous.
It's not a great shirt, but you know what? It's cool, man. I like having it. And here's the thing. I wore this to my first Viking game, and it happened to be the 99 game. Jeff George started it in Giant Stadium, and Moss threw a touchdown to Carter in the end zone, and I was like in the corner of the end zone. Like it had happened right in front of me. It's pretty cool to see. So that was my favorite Viking game I've ever attended. How about you?
Wow. Oh, favorite Viking game? Well, Leonard Skull, Brian. Well, growing up in Massachusetts, I only got to attend two, really. And what was it? 2000 Culpepper's rookie season. They came up and I got to watch Culpepper. I was excited to see him. I still remember when he put that spin move on Teddy Bruschi. Like Teddy left his feet, and then Culpepper just disappeared, and Teddy grabbed air and landed flat on his gut. And the funny thing is I know this may be hard for you to believe, but in the two games I've ever been to, I've been such a trash talker that, I mean, I am that guy without a drop of alcohol in me. And I was with my buddies Fred and Tony, and they're both, like, Tony was my size, Fred's even bigger. And I was talking so much trash in that game that I got up to go take a piss, and I didn't know it, but a few guys followed me. What up, Shaq?
Shaq Attack.
And
what's going on? How's that?
You sound good, bro.
Sound great. Look better.
Yeah.
And a few guys followed me, and Tony and Fred followed them because they saw him, right? And Tony and Fred were diehard Patriots fans. And, I'm standing at the urinal, and I hear, dude, you need to shut your mouth. And I'm like, what? Yeah, shit. And then Fred and Tony are like, or what? And they were like, tell your friend to shut up. No. And now it's me, Tony, and Fred, them in Patriots jerseys, firing off, talking mad shit about the Vikings the whole game. It was beautiful. It was great.
Bro,
it made me the man I am today.
Foxborough, you got to be careful there too, man. I've seen some vicious fights in Foxborough, bro. drunken Southies, and it can be pretty dangerous.
The first game I went to was, what was it, 93, 94 was Warren Moon. We were up like 20-3 at the half. Skull, Lucy. And I talked so much crap that when they came back and tied the game, I had sections turning back and be like, yeah, fuck you. And my buddy Jeff that was with me, he was like, man, if they decide they're going to beat you up after the game, I'm jumping in with them, man. I'm sorry. Skull, John. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun at those two games and talked a lot of trash. It was great.
I saw him there once too, and I saw this guy get rocked. The lower guy because it's all bleachers there. The lower guy in the bleacher, dude, he got smoked. I just put my jacket on over the top of my Viking shit after that. I was like, all right, I had enough.
Yeah,
how you doing, Shaq? How you doing?
You gotta be careful because
What's up, dude?
I know a lot of fans be overly emotional, especially once they get that liquid courage in their system and they ready to just fight a wall.
No doubt. Keith, you ever see
I skipped the liquid courage and I was ready to go.
What's up, dude?
You ever see a good fight at a stadium?
Not at a Viking game, but I saw a pretty good one. I think it was 2 years ago when I went to a Rams and a Cardinals game at SoFi. So at SoFi, you can get some rowdy people. You know, normally the rowdies are up in the top section, right? You know, the cheap seats and expensive beer. But at SoFi, you could walk down to like the 200 or 300 section, and you could be along the rails no matter where your ticket's at, and you could post up there. So a lot of people down there drinking. So I was actually there with John Kramer, who's in the comments, and there was just these two guys just going at it down on the ground and everything, and their girlfriends trying to pull each other off, but then the girlfriends start fighting and everything, and the security guards are coming, and they're hitting the security guard. So that was actually a pretty good one. I haven't seen one at a Vikings game. I've almost been the victim of a couple because I do get that liquid courage, and most of the games I've been to, I'm walking out a loser. So I don't take that Barney talk as well walking out as I do walking in.
Yeah.
Skull, Kev. Skull, Alex.
That's the thing, though.
We got Kevin here.
If I'm trash talking, it should just be trash talking. I feel like fans need to know, like, just because somebody trash talking, you don't have to get physical. Don't get mad at me because your team losing.
Exactly.
No, I usually have a good time with it. I mean, a lot of time fans are good, and you could tell like most of the time it's all in fun when they're like razzing you, and then you can kind of tell when it's not all in fun, and then you got a decision to make.
Like I remember one time, my friend, I always bring him up. He a Chiefs fan, and this is back when they still was trying to find themselves. He had took his friend to I think it was Chiefs and Jets or Chiefs and Buffalo game, and this lady had poured her drink on him.
See, that's too much.
Trash talking.
That's
Way
too much right there.
Come
man.
on. It's a game.
Wow. Skull, Robbie.
So 21 days away from kickoff, guys. Are you getting excited, or is that momentum kind of dying a little bit with what's been going on?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Fish. You do it. Give it to us, man. Give us a kick in the chop.
Hey. Let's see. Well, as you can see by my title, what a long season it's already been.
We just getting started.
Oh my God. I was so hyped up Saturday after watching that game. I was ready. I was like, I might even get to 8 win. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, man. Is he going to start? I don't know. And then we became a mash unit. I don't know, man.
I'm going to stick to it, man. Like, this is going to be the way that when we do win a Super Bowl, it's how it's going to happen. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be this year, but when we do, it's going to be super unexpected. We're going to have our low expectations. Oh my gosh, the sky is falling. We're going to go into the playoffs like 8-9 or something, like limping, and we're going to be like the 2 seed and then like go on to the Super Bowl. Like that's how it's going to happen for us. So maybe it could be this year. I'm trying.
What do you think, Shaq?
8 and 9, 2 seed. What's
No,
going on there?
we're going to play the 2 seed, 7 seed.
Oh.
8, 9, 2 seed. What's happening to the NFC?
But, yeah, I mean, if you've been a Vikings fan for this long, it's kind of like, expect the unexpected. If shit can hit the fan, definitely believe it will hit the fan. And it kind of reminds me of, anytime we always feeling ourselves, we feel good. We got a good game win. All the fans is feeling good. And then the week after, it's like, damn, snatched. Brought us back to our being humble selves.
Oh, there goes gravity. Back to reality, right?
But I just need the season to start now. Forget preseason. Let's just start the season.
Tell you what, guys, why don't we just put a pin in this, pause it right now. We'll come back in a few weeks after the season starts.
I don't know, man.
Ronaldo, you don't look like you're shaking, bro. You look like you're excited. You're ready to freaking rock.
Yeah, man. Look, I didn't have huge expectations for the season to start with. I mean, I got us at 9 wins. I still got us at 9 wins. The reality is that 2024 hasn't changed a bit, other than the fact that we're not going to have fun getting to see J.J. McCarthy play the second half of the season or however many games he was going to play. I think that this team it has the bones to be still a really good team. Not a lot's changed. I think Addison's fine. I think Hawk's still on the mend. I think our cornerback situation is a little rough. But, yeah, man, look, I think McCarthy summed it up. My boy McCarthy. Accept your fate. That's what's going on, right? Armor fatai. That's what's going on, man. You got to accept your fate. You got to take the cards that you've been dealt and play them, man. And I don't think 2024 looks a whole lot different than it did 3 weeks ago. It just doesn't. All the ugly shit that's happened, and a lot of it's damn ugly, doesn't really affect a whole lot of what 2024 was going to look like. So other than the excitement level of, hey, we can get JJ in, might even be better for us in some ways, man. So we'll see. I think we could still have an all right season, and it'll be fun to watch and see how the bones of this team move forward, because that's really what we were doing anyway.
They're going to get broken. Or shin splints, or
we got it out of the way. That we may have gotten the bulk of it out of the way. We'll see.
Or we're just getting warmed up. The fat lady's really about to sing. Oh, God.
So we like to highlight players for the days we are away, and that's number 21. And we've had some players where no superstars, but maybe a few fan favorites in here. Some notable ones: Corey Chavis, Jerick McKinnon, Mo Williams, Fred Smoot. Anybody? And my favorite, Terry Allen. And we have Cody's favorite, who currently wears number 21, Caleb Evans.
Drink.
So let's take a drink for that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for me, it's Terry Allen. And, I was a young dude and 11 or 12 years old when I went to my first Vikings game. It was in Los Angeles, and Terry Allen was a starting running back, and he had 3 touchdowns that game. So I just fell for him right then and there, all about it. And he was a good running back. He ended up having a better career, I think, maybe with Washington or the Saints. I don't know. I don't know why we let him go. I wasn't really understanding transactions at that time, but I know we did let him go. But it was an awesome season that year. It was it 92? Yeah, 92. And we were 11-5. We won the division. We were riding high. We went to the first round of the playoffs and got smacked by the last seed Redskins at home. Typical Viking stuff. What about you, Shaq? Any of these guys stand out for you? Chavis, McKinnon, Mo Williams, Smoot, little love boat action?
So Smooth, Chavis, and them only knew them from Madden, because since I don't live in Minnesota, it's kind of hard to watch, the Minnesota games back in the day. There was no streaming it. So the 21 I mostly remember is Jerick McKinnon. And it kind of hurt me when we let him go, because I'd rather have kept him than Latavius Murray at the time. I had a 1-2 punch of McKinnon and Dalvin Cook. But I know McKinnon always had injury concerns, and he even followed that up when he got paid in the 49ers. But McKinnon always had that that extra gear, even when we had Adrian Peterson to change it up. He was always a change of pace back. And in 2017, I think his best game with us was when we went against the Giants. And I think that was when your boy was starting, Case Keenum. So, Jerick McKinnon, he always be one of my favorites, underrated, underappreciated running backs.
Here's what I know. Yeah. If I was a rookie going on the team and 21 was available, that is not an amazing group, but it's not a bad group either. There's a lot of good luck there, man. I mean, there's a lot of decent careers, 3, 4, 5 years, some 1,000-yard rushers, some pretty good people that got a lot of play. I like that number, and I think somebody I think it was Kevin said Ted Brown was 21 too. There's another. If he's right about that, that's another.
I'm not buying that because I look up these numbers and I didn't see that. I would have put him on this list.
Yeah, I don't know, but if he was, that's a good one, man. So yeah, I think that the group as a whole, McKinnon, Williams, and Chavis even. Corey Chavis, man, he wasn't great, but he had a brain. He was a good athlete. He's a little undersized. He was a good player, man. A lot of good 21s. I think it's a good number. If you're a rookie, get it.
Yeah, he's also like a very smart player. I remember him always like being on like ESPN and stuff and doing breakdowns, especially for the draft and stuff. So he was a very smart football guy.
Yeah, draft Nick for sure.
I thought Shaq was going to come through with a little Asher Allen love.
Oh, I forgot about Asher Allen. You know, I just recently seen a post about Asher Allen, man. You know, he's underrated too. Like, whenever Aaron Rodgers seen him on the field, he'll always throw it his way.
So Mike Breedy has checked in. You are now free to boom about the cabin. And y'all cannot underestimate how important Fred Smoot was to this team's legacy
and history.
And when you think about how much talent that a player has to play to be fighting for a starting position on that defense and put together a banger party that any one of us are jealous that we weren't at. I mean, you know, travel agent, cornerback. I mean, when you can do all that, that's my guy. He's versatile. He's skilled. But no, seriously, Jerick McKinnon's my guy. I still pine for Jerick McKinnon. I'd take Jerick McKinnon right now if we could have him.
I think he's a free agent.
I think he is.
I mean, if they sign Jerick McKinnon right now, and if he would be okay with being like our RB3, I would be happy. I would still love to have him back.
All right, well, just a reminder, if you guys are viewing this on YouTube and you're not subscribing yet, please do so. If you haven't subscribed to us and you're on Facebook, go to YouTube and subscribe, please. I think the experience is better on YouTube. So check that out. Also, check out our TikTok and our Instagram. We're putting content on there every day. Just, you know, some fun Viking stuff. So check it out. Give us some likes, comments, follows, all that. Yeah, you saw Fish. He got really emotional about this next topic. Something like I hate that we have to discuss, but we have to discuss it. And that's JJ McCarthy having the meniscus surgery, and he's going to be out for the season. An interesting note that came along was he is the first round quarterback to be drafted in the modern draft era of 1967 to miss his entire rookie season. Now, there's been other rookie quarterbacks who've gotten injured at some point in the season and missed a lot of games. Like you had Anthony Richardson last year and Joe Burrow, but he's the first one that's going to miss the entire season due to injury. That's just so Viking, don't you think so, Ronaldo?
Dude, it's so Viking. But I would say this about the guy. If I had to bet on somebody that would use this to their advantage, from what I've seen out of this kid, I'm all about him just being sunshine about it, man. I think he's gonna find a way. We're gonna be okay. This guy is the right guy. He looked great in that preseason game. I think he's got a great attitude. And look, it's sad. I'm not happy about it, but this dude is the real deal. I'm excited, still really excited for our future, and he's a huge part of it. So, skull on that.
That's a good point. Like he's been positive about everything, just like he was positive about when he threw the interception and talked about having, you know, the goldfish memory, and that just made him, you know, forget about everything, just go out there and play football. Like that's just the kind of mentality he has. So yeah, I have no doubt that he's going to come back strong just because of his mental mind state. And he's going to be 22 next year. Like he's going to be the same age or younger than most of the youngest rookies next year. So, I mean, it's all right. Fish, how are you feeling when you first saw that news come across that it wasn't just a tweak?
Pretty devastated, actually. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. Got to be kidding me. After that first preseason game, I hate to say I was on the hype train, but I probably would have been. I was ready to be excited to see him coming at some point during the season. All right, so I know it's just one preseason game, but the kid can play football.
Hell yeah.
Okay, he can play football. Amazingly, he could hand the ball off, and we could actually have a running game with him in the game. I don't know how that works, But then all of a sudden, he lays out this beautiful touch pass on the sideline to who was that? Was it Tristan Jackson, number 8?
He had one of them.
And then he throws the deep ball to him, and he throws a couple of lasers. By the way, hats off to Nick Muse for that catch. So, there's a few things to work on, but I'm just like, this kid can play football. And I was just excited to see him come in during the middle of the season. Do I think next year that he's going to be able to come in and be able to maybe start week 1? Yeah, the kid can play football. Do I think that maybe he might struggle out the gate 1 or 2 games coming out if he comes out week 1? Yeah, but the kid can play football. And I think that this injury, once he shakes it off and once he's back on the field and once he's playing, is going to make him be able to overcome even more any mental hurdles he might have in his first couple of starts with us, because he got punched in the face, right? He finally got hit. He's pretty much been injury-free his entire career. He's won at every level. He's done everything. He's barely lost a damn game in his entire football career since he's been playing varsity. Okay, guess what? He just got injured. Life finally just knocked him down. He's going to be fine. We're going to do great next year.
Yep. Agreed.
Shaq, are you concerned anything short-term, long-term about this?
So I believe I asked you guys in the group, because there's 2 methods. A lot of media and doctors are saying they could do a trim, which would be short-term, and he could be back 3 to 4 or 5 weeks. But the residual will be, it might pop up again and it might linger, or he could do the full repair and he's going to be out for the season. Now, medically, for his career, I prefer the long term, which he got, because at the end of the day, it's not like we need him this year right now to compete. It's Super Bowl bust this year. None of us feel that way. So I like that he got the full surgery. And, it's a kind of a setback because, he's not going to be able to work on his mechanics because he's going to be rehabbing. But he still get a chance to learn the playbook. And technically, he might be out for the whole season, but he should be back around, I say, playoff time. And if we're still in the playoffs, he still can get some practice in and continue where he left off. So it's not that bad of a setback. And he's only 21. I'm just hoping he doesn't go into like a depressive episode, because that's the whole reason he started doing meditation. So, he could basically build up his mindset. And I'm hoping he just stay positive. That's the best case scenario. Him staying positive and, staying with the team, still learning behind Sam Darnold like he was supposed to. And then when he's ready, he come back fully healthy. And he looked real good, like Fish was saying, preseason week 1.
He did, and we still haven't got clarification on how this injury happened, because like Emerson says on the screen, I didn't see him get injured during the game, and neither did I. Do you think this is something that maybe he's been holding on to for a while, and just playing on that turf was a little bit too much? Or do you think it actually just happened during the game?
It's possible both ways. I've had a meniscus myself that I haven't repaired. You can sort of live with it, and he may have had it for a little while. It might have gotten worse. Hey, guys. It might have gotten worse in that game. Might have happened, but he didn't go down. There was no problems, Emerson. And his last pass was a touchdown to Sherfield, man. That was his last pass. He walked off. He was sort of fine after the game. From what I could tell, sounded like a tweak. But 2 days later, he said, "Hey, we better look at this thing." And sure enough, it was a rip in the center of his meniscus. It wasn't. Well, I don't even think a cut was an option, Shaq, on that one. Right? If the meniscus happens on the outer edge of the thing, it's kind of like a disc. If it happens on the outer edge of it, you can cut the piece off. But it was through the center of it, underneath it. So I think they had to repair it that way, as I understood it.
I mean, before we even knew the severity, I was already saying just do the long-term one, because
either way, I'd let him do the full.
We saw what we needed to see, and that kind of got the angst out of me. He's not Zach Wilson. He's going to be all right, and he's probably not going to play this year anyways. So I was like, dude, just get the long-term surgery, even if you don't have to. Just, have your 10 to 15 year career and not have to worry about this. Put it in the back. What about you, Lenny? How are you feeling for the news?
I mean, it sucks. It sucks that he got hurt. because it did look really nice from what we saw. I mean, yeah, he had the interception, and once he got going against like the second and third string guys, he played pretty decent. But I mean, I think he was going to sit all year anyway. I really do not think that they were going to ever play him unless he was just like so phenomenal. It wasn't crazy. It would have been crazy to sit him, but practicing he wasn't like that anyway. So he just I don't really care. I mean, it sucks that he got hurt, but I mean, it's a redshirt year, man. He's gonna learn that offense, and next year the offense is gonna be just rolling.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, a redshirt year. I just wish the contract worked that way, but
Yeah.
it doesn't. And you're right. Like he wasn't going to play. Like no matter what he did this preseason, it was going to be Sam Darnold to start, and he wasn't going to come in unless we were like 2-6. And by that time, I mean, it's not like he's going to come in to save the season. It'd be all just about getting to see him play. I think what actually bugs me the most about this is the optics of it. It's just, oh, his first game, he's already injured. And the haters, like, they're using this as a reason to say, I told you so. No matter all the good stuff that we've seen, like in camp and that we saw in the one time he got to play, like, we saw good positive stuff. We saw, okay, this is what they saw in him. This is why they drafted him. Instead, it's like, oh, see, he's soft. He's soft. This is why we shouldn't have picked him. Like, I hate that people are using this for that.
Back in my day, players played with no spleen.
Yeah.
I'll answer Mike Breedy's question real quick. I've had knee surgery before, but it was over 20 years ago when they did it with like a rusty saw. And I'm just saying that, yeah, I've had knee surgery, but I also don't have the facilities and the equipment that they have. So, I mean, if anything, yeah, sure. Could it be a problem? Yeah, could be. Do I feel like he could be a more pocket passing quarterback and not run? Yeah, he demonstrated it. I mean, he got out and ran when he needed to. And I'm going to tell you right now two things. For those of us who've been old enough to have seen it, it ain't the first time I've seen somebody hold in an injury until they got to work so they could get on workman's comp. Let me just say that right now. Yeah, but yeah, the older guy.
So
NFI, he was like, I got to avoid that NFI.
Before you ruin Pace's career, Lincoln, with that nice fresh jersey you got on there, and you are a cursed jersey wearer in history.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the whole JJ thing? Your mic is not working, I don't think. Nope. This might be the best thing ever.
Unplug it and plug it back in.
Great take, Lincoln. Great take.
The force is not with you today, Lincoln.
Dude, that might have been the best take you've had on this show.
Oh, Andrew. So, by the way, Skull James. Who else I miss? Skull Mike Breedy. I'll throw him a skull, even though he's being a little bit salty tonight.
While Lincoln get that set up, another thing we forgot to mention is adrenaline. So McCarthy could have been full of adrenaline that game, like towards before he got hurt and after he got hurt. So he didn't really notice the soreness. But once that adrenaline started to wear off, that's when you start to notice something's not right with my leg. And it's glad we caught it early rather than week 3 of preseason where he like, yeah, I can't walk or do anything. So,
you know, I'm good. And I've been thinking about it more and more. I'm thinking, I bet you he injured it when he got blasted up the middle, when he got taken right off his feet. And the reason I say that is because it's funny, but y'all remember Bill Goldberg, right?
No.
Yeah.
The wrestler.
Oh, how am I the one that remembers that?
Well, there was one time where Bill Goldberg put a spear on some Lucha Libre guy named Psychosis or whatever, and just the hit and the way he got thrown back, it absolutely violated his knee. So I think that's probably where it happened, because that was a pretty flush hit. He got drilled right onto his back. Yeah, Mike Brady, I knew you'd go there. But I'm going to say that's where it happened. Because I looked at when he ran. Nothing happened when he ran. Nothing happened on the almost fumble that would show any kind of pressure on his knee. And so I'm going to say it probably got happened when he got drilled.
Fish, did you know that Mike Breed was a 4-year starter in Florida an all-state all 4 years and a state champion as
If you've
quarterback.
ever seen him, you know that was not. Maybe like in the high jump or something.
I mean,
Maybe he was
he
a
also
sprinter.
stated that the reason he's not pro is because he's due to injuries. So
Yeah,
that's why we never got to see him in the
it's
NFL.
just Uncle Rico just playing as Mike Reedy. Uncle Rico.
What's up, Cody?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think you got McCarthy up in the background like a shrine, like the man died or something. What's going
He
on?
retired.
I retired for the year. It's football is going to be fun this year.
Football
Yeah,
is
look on
always
your
fun,
face says
Coach.
all that.
Like football in
Come on,
general,
Coach.
or
Football's
Vikings
always
football
fun.
should be fun. Like, you got to clarify that.
I think I'm going to enjoy my time watching my 10-year-old kids that I head coach football, and I'm going to do the Vikings this year.
Was there any talent out there tonight?
Yes, I have a kid that weighs 164 pounds, and he's 10 years old.
Sounds like child abuse.
He really is going to football.
Good God.
That's wild.
How's his beard
That's a
look?
big boy.
Mhm.
So it seems like you're taking the McCarthy news a little hard here, pal. Got the
Yeah.
time and everything.
Well, and it was funny today I was working with the quarterbacks. I dropped it down to 2 quarterbacks now. And all I could think about was, like, man, JJ McCarthy, man.
You looked at that 11-year-old and you were like, you're almost as big as JJ McCarthy.
It's funny. I literally have a kid. No shit. One looks like JJ McCarthy, and the other one looks like Sam Darnold. And the kid that looks like Sam Darnold wears a Panthers. He wears a Panthers helmet. I swear to God. I'm like,
So you
oh my
gotta go to the
God.
other kid and tell him you're number 9.
Yeah. So I started
I don't
Darnold.
like you, kid. He's like,
Do
I
they
don't
have
like
broccoli
you for that
haircuts?
What's up?
Do they have broccoli haircuts? Like that broccoli haircut? That's what it's called. Like the
curly
JJ
hair?
haircut?
Like the old school Justin Timberlake.
Right.
No. They got the Mahomes haircuts, kind
Yeah.
of.
That's a broccoli.
Yeah. Oh, the broccoli one.
Yeah.
Well, the Darnold kid, he looks like he's got the kind of like medium blonde hair, and the McCarthy kid, he's got that McCarthy haircut. But yeah, the Sam Darnold kid, he's the starting quarterback. I made my mind up, and it might have been because of the JJ McCarthy situation too. Because
Does he know this, or is this the announcement? Is this the official announcement?
yeah, this is the official announcement.
All right, so where are you hiding the Nick Mullins kid?
The Nick Mullins kid is dang. I have to start him because I got to start him 4 plays in a game, or otherwise it's illegal. It's like a legal thing not to start him. So, but he plays fullback. The kid that they got to start.
All right. Well, I've been waiting to hear this guy's take on this, so let's get it.
Oh,
Holy smokes!
What's up, Kev?
What's up,
Yeah,
man?
You were on, buddy.
Somebody else. That's
You thought you were somebody else?
I
Oh,
thought
this
you
is
were
gonna be
talking
good.
about somebody else in backstage. I was looking for somebody else. That's funny.
I just want your opinions on how you felt when you first got the news that JJ McCarthy was injured and how you think this affects things going forward.
Well, initially, to answer the front end of that, it was disbelief. I mean, and then you post the thing where it's the first player in the since '67 or whatever, first round quarterback, whatever. I mean, yeah, that sounds right. I mean, all that added up, right, as a Vikings fan. So that's why I kind of posted earlier that, this is kind of a comfortable place for us, ain't it? I mean, some of the things we've been through in preseason, but I did call Adam Shine today, and I kind of talked about what you just said, and David harped on it. It don't change much. The poll question for Shine today was the 2024 Minnesota Vikings are. And my answer to that was no different than they were yesterday.
100%.
But it does affect the long, big picture. I'm talking about the short-term picture. Now, keep in mind, he's talking about the 2024 Vikings. That was the question. I think, it definitely hurts his progression. You can't understate it. But it is what it is, and there ain't really no sense in staying in it other than I think what we saw of him was really good. and that gives us a lot of hope. Maybe I hope. I mean, it's a meniscus. It's not a. I don't know if that's as serious as the MCL or ACL.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
So,
It's not.
You know,
And I mean, we don't. I don't know exactly. I mean, David kind of. I called you David. Damn. Rinaldi kind of explained like the difference, like if you can get the trim or not. And I don't know if his injury is one where you could get the trim, but I'm glad that he, opted for the long-term one. He might have been able to trim it and come back like week 5, but probably his judgment, the team's judgment was like, nah, let's let it heal. You're gonna be 22 next year. We're not worried about it.
Do you think?
So? It's basically kind of like I think Anthony Barr had the same injury. So worst case, it would be just the pain he would have to deal with. If you're looking at the worst case scenario with the situation, it'd just be the pain of the knee problem throughout his career.
So believe it or not, though, that wasn't the only bad news that we got yesterday. Our star wide receiver, we got so many of them though. I got to clarify. Jordan Addison went down in the joint practice with the Browns. First, it looked like it might have been a knee injury. Sounds like an ankle injury. What's the latest we heard on that, Rinaldi?
I heard good things about it today. So I don't know if they didn't call it a high ankle sprain or a low. I didn't really get into what it actually was, but it was definitely an ankle. He got rolled on. I saw the play. From the sound of it, it doesn't sound like there's any tendon tears or cartilage problems from it, and that he will heal. We got 2.5 weeks till opening day, 21 days, 3 weeks really. In 3 weeks, I think he's going to be pretty much full speed. He's Jordan Addison. We do not need him to be practicing in that 3 weeks. He's going to be just fine. We'll get him running on the sidelines. It'll be fine. I am not worried about that. I'm more worried about his suspension issues than I am his injury at this point.
Could this be a play on that, though? Could maybe he actually be a little more hurt than they're leading on, but they don't want the NFL to know that because they want them just to go ahead and do the suspension early?
I'm down. Okay.
I wonder if he had an injury, if the NFL would hold off on the suspension. You know what? This really doesn't count because you're hurt. So, I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't think injuries stop the suspension.
I think we need to look at that Kansas City receiver who apparently they're not suspending him. So
he's got 4 felonies.
He's got felonies.
Well,
he's got 4 felonies.
I would prefer to get it out of the way because I know you're saying about the Kansas City guy. I think I might have posted something about it myself, but it's going to happen. He just hasn't gone to court and faced all those charges yet. They're both going to get suspended at some point. I think I'd rather Addison get it out of the way right now than 2025 and JJ's out there and we don't have our full arsenal.
Well, I have a week 10 hot take that's counting on it not happening right away. So I'm going to just disagree with you on that one.
I think the injury is. I mean, even if he misses time, I think it doesn't matter for with Sam Darnold because that first preseason game, him and Sam Darnold were connecting. They felt like they had their timing down. I think Sam Darnold has better timing down with Jordan Addison than he does with Justin Jefferson right now. So even with him missing time, I think when he comes back, they're not going to miss a beat together.
Cody, I gotta ask you this because I ask you this every week. Has your win total gone up?
No, it's if it was bad for Addison, I was dropping to 5 games. That's that serious.
Me too.
I'm still at 7. I'm gonna stay at 7. This sucks not going to be able to see JJ McCarthy take the field.
I mean, I don't think we're going to see him unless the season was over anyways, but I would still be – it would bring excitement to a bad season if that was the case, I guess. Lincoln, is your sound working?
Hello.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, the quality just went down.
I mean, what happens since McCarthy's injured? What happens when Darnold goes down? Are we going to be searching for another Dobbs?
We got
Dobbs at home.
That's what I'm asking.
What's going right now?
So we have Nick Mullins, and I said that we would trade Nick Mullins to the first team whose backup quarterback went down. Guess what? It's us. He's going to stay.
So how many draft picks did we get for him?
Is that a true one or what? Now, what happens with that, though? Is that a correct one since the backup quarterback went down, right?
Well, that wasn't one of my hot takes. That's just something I've been saying. We're going to trade Nick Mullins because my hot take was we're only going to have 2 starting quarterbacks on the 53.
Yeah. Well,
Let's say
true now.
I did say we were going to trade Nick Mullins for the first backup quarterback that went down, and that's us. So he's going to stay.
let's say Donald does go down. Is that us throwing the towel in?
Absolutely.
Not
Yeah.
me, man. I believe in Mullins.
My win total goes
Did we
up.
throw the towel in when Kirk went down? We
Nope.
didn't throw the towel in when Kirk went down last
Unfortunately.
year.
I
Yeah.
kind of did.
Well-
We just won a couple of games by luck.
And say what you want about Mullins. He's a gunslinger. Yes, he throws interceptions, but he also throws 400 yards. Like, he's at least exciting. Like, he makes the game exciting and watchable.
I just never seen a guy throw an interception sitting down.
Oh,
The man was just trying to make a play because the clock was going to run out. I don't know how many times I got to teach you this, old man.
I will
I'd rather
say
him
this.
take
And
the
in
sack.
all
Don't
actuality,
make the
Cody,
play.
he was spinning around in a pirouette when it happened.
So, like, what's your
incredible force?
Metallica.
One
And
reason
he
you
wasn't
would
he
throw
wasn't
in
the one
towel
watching
is-
Higgins catch
Metallica.
touchdowns in amazement, okay?
What'd
One
you say,
reason you
Kevin?
would throw in towel for if Darnold went down is because you got to be fucking kidding me,
You want to wear these?
right? I mean, if he goes down, and on that note, before I get out of here, on Addison though, on the suspension, I mean, if you got good lawyers, let's get it into the middle of the season and see where our record is, and then let's just get his. If we got a bad record, let's let him get a suspension at the tail end when it don't matter. Or if we're having a good season, let's push it to the off season and let's get the most out of it. That's it.
Let's
I mean,
dive
That's what Fish said.
thing.
I think legally he's just going to get a slap on the wrist, to be honest with you. I think his biggest
For
punishment,
sure.
the biggest punishment for this whole thing is going to be the injury. So what's up, Lincoln? Let's see that jersey.
Do it 360.
Yeah, can we?
Pace. There he is.
I was hoping it had your own
Yeah.
last name on it. Damn it.
My own last name?
Yeah.
I wouldn't show that German.
So you can go
fucking name
tear your
around
own
here.
ACL, not Pace's.
Yeah, fuck you.
Oh man.
I already broke.
I
my
thought we
own
were saying
fucking ankle a week
flip-flamming.
ago.
Flim flam.
Flim flam you.
Flip flam you. I already broke my ankle 3 weeks ago, so flip flam you again.
Didn't you buy that jersey 3 weeks ago?
No, I bought it on August 9th.
It's 3 weeks ago.
That's quick shipping.
Which
Welcome to
surgery did you go
Minneapolis.
for? Did you go for the long term or the short term surgery on the ankle?
I actually just used ibuprofen.
Nice.
Oh, you were strong. You
Throw a
old
little
school
dirt on it.
throwback
Walk it
player.
off.
Yeah, throwback.
So all these injuries got me thinking, like, has there been another injury in history that kind of gutted you? Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Viking, but can you remember just an injury happening and someone being out and it just like took the wind out of your sails? Shaq seemed like he has one.
So
Willis
speaking of
McGahee.
before JJ got hurt, we had another quarterback who got injured during preseason. And the same thing like with JJ, I was at work and I got the news. Teddy Bridgewater is going to the hospital. And I was like, what the fuck? After he just showed his potential to be a great quarterback and we was ready to rock and roll, Teddy Bridgewater might not play a game again and he might get his leg decapitated. I'm like, what the hell happened? And at that point, I'm like, damn, I don't know if I could keep watching football because it always something. Once you start building that hype, boom, over. So yeah, that definitely
that's a good one.
devastated
Like,
me.
I was actually trying to think of one myself, and I don't know, that one didn't cross my mind, but yeah, like that was a very somber one. I was at work that day too, and like it was just disbelief. No way. There's no way it's as bad as they're saying. There's no way. And then you see Zimmer like damn near crying. It's like, oh damn.
Yeah. I mean, Teddy's a good one. I think everybody feels pretty hard about that one. The one I remember a lot is Marshawn Lattimore, South Carolina.
Mm.
That injury.
Leg goes
That
this way,
injury-
but not that way.
That injury,
Marshawn Lattimore.
Legs
right
should go
I
out
was like,
this way.
ooh.
Legs don't bend that way.
Yeah,
He
no,
did,
they
though.
don't.
Still came back. I'm
Yeah, he was like ready to be like a top 10 pick.
That was
Yeah, then
that
it
was
happened
very,
Yeah, he was.
I
that
was
was
going to say,
Theismann-
didn't he have
Theismann
multiple
Jr.
injuries to his knee? Like
He had-
multiple.
He had the same injury twice.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, like the 49ers
That's
drafted
only
him
he
just kind
found
of like
alive.
as a ceremonial draft pick.
Should I say mine?
basically.
Bro,
Yeah, like-
how about that EJ Henderson one? That
Okay,
was
Lincoln, you can go next. Yes, the EJ Henderson one. I was at that game. So,
He had
so,
a broken leg,
actually,
right?
it wasn't as gruesome to me because I'm not getting the freaking replay over and over. It's just like, get the fuck up, dude. Get the game going. And then later on, you find out, oh damn, yeah,
It was his freaking thigh. His thigh broke. It wasn't
The thickest bone in the body.
Yeah. Ow.
that's actually a good one. Yeah,
Humorous,
that
I think,
was
right?
Favre
That's
versus
the
Kurt Warner.
humorous.
All right. Mine is Gus Frerotte collarbone injury against Green Bay at the Metrodome, 2008.
Gus Frerotte.
I'm not
What a
remembering that one.
legend.
I'll remember him banging his head against the wall.
Yeah, right.
You guys don't remember his fucking collarbone injury?
And that's when Tavares took over.
I believe so
Tavares.
because Gus Frerotte
Tavares.
got injured and we was looking kind of good with Gus, and then Tavares Jackson came back in. I'm like, well, there go the
Tavares did take
piece.
over.
I think the Vikings suffered. The Vikings suffered so many heartbreaking injuries. Like when AP went down, like we were humming, right? And Teddy Bridgewater, we just came from a playoff. Like we're expected to get back in this championship game. When Brad Johnson went down, like we were expected to do some good things too. When Randy Moss came through, thank God we did with the backup quarterback. But it's like every single time. Justin Jefferson last year going down, and we're like, God damn. Like we suffer so much heartbreaking injuries, and somehow we pull it together, string out 5 straight wins or something, and then then the season falls apart. But that's just how this is the Vikings way, and it.
I got one.
I'll get you, Kev. The Peterson one initially was gut wrenching, but the fact is, like, he only missed one game, and that was like because like it happened like the second to last game of the year, and we ended up winning that damn game, which cost us Andrew Luck. But then he ended up coming back for the first game of the season, so like that really took a lot of that blow off. Which one you got, Kev?
Dalvin Cook against
Yeah, that's a good one.
Detroit.
That's another
against
one.
Detroit,
Yep,
dude.
that's
He was
another
up and
one.
coming, dude, and that's when his but that was a legit injury, and he fumbled instead of his usual. I'll fumble and act like that. Actually, set up his later to be every time I'm hurt. I fumble. I'll act like I'm hurt. Shit.
Kev, I got it on good word.
Kinda like
This week.
X
The
Rhodes.
NFL players don't do that. They don't act injured when they make bad plays. I kind of
Okay.
X Rhodes.
I kinda got that on
injury
good.
after-
Have a Snickers.
I know what I see.
I know what I see too, but Xavier
X
Rhodes told me
Rhodes.
different this week.
Yeah,
was
X
fun.
Rhodes. He likes limp after he gets burnt. Yeah. Next.
Not only Rose, I think not Andrew. What's his name?
Rhodes open.
Charles, Biff, Stan.
The tackle that we got from the 49ers, Booth. He mentioned that
Alex
he plays
Boone?
is strong.
No, Alex
Yeah, Alex
Boone.
Boone.
Yeah, fuck
He
Alex
mentioned
Boone.
that some plays they like to gang up on plays that try to fake injuries. So it's rare that you see somebody injured. He didn't say it didn't happen, but it was frowned upon.
Well, I mean, I can name 2 players that I feel did that, and Cook is one, and the other one's another player that I had a conversation with yesterday. He assured me that
Fuck
no,
Rhodes.
he was really injured, but he only showed that he was injured when the bad play happened.
Dude, you went hard at him too, man.
I deleted it all.
Fuck you, Keith, for leaving the server too.
So,
I mean, fudge you, Keith.
huh?
Fudge you, Keith.
Fudge you? Okay, I can do
Yeah.
that.
Flim
I'll
Flam
be
is
honest.
the term.
I'll be honest, the Mekhi Blackman gutted me, dude. Like, I had high hopes. Like, I was all in. He's going to be one of the starting 2, and just like that, it was over. So,
Well,
like,
first practice after Tyree Jackson, we lose 2 prominent quarterbacks in our secondary just in an instant.
Yeah, it's ugly, dude. You know what's weird though? We have 9 Viking fans on this call right now, and not one of them said Kirk Cousins. Not one.
Who?
You didn't get to me yet.
Have we
David.
got around the horn yet?
Who are you
Not
talking
around the
about?
entire horn.
Who are you
You
talking
didn't
about?
get to
Ronaldo?
me yet,
Oh, we got the horn
David.
yet.
Robbie, were you going to say Kirk Cousins?
I was not though. I was actually
Okay.
gonna pick one of my favorites and piecemeal him together, and y'all left one out. Again, one of my favorites, one of our all-time greats, Robert Smith.
Robert
That's the
Smith.
one I was going to use.
Holy
That's
rat
deal.
shit. Again, one of my
The
favorites.
hernia?
My toe this week, my knee next week, my toe and knee the week after that. But all 3, I'm going to take a 4th week because I have 3 different injuries I need to see 6 different doctors on. Oh, also, I think I need to run out of bounds every fucking play.
Well, that's the problem. He was a doctor, so he's like, "Oh, this hurts. It could be this."
There
But-
is a tone here. There is a tone here, though, because if you look at all the people we've named, they're homegrown Vikings draft picks, and Kirk Cousins is not.
Ooh. I
We
mean,
were
but I would
we
be
were
honest. After Rinaldi says it, yeah, that one kind of left a lump in my throat because it looked like we were like finally going in the right direction last season, and we knew like once he went down, it was over.
It was over.
And then go back to Corey Stringer, first round pick. Chad Greenway, first round pick. Teddy Bridgewater, first round pick.
Y'all
I
overlooking
mean,
so
come
many
on, man.
things.
Christian
There's one
Ponder
thing.
should not have been a first round pick.
Kirk Cousins isn't Christian. He's voodoo. And somebody drank Joe Boo's rum. That's our fucking problem. And now we are cursed. And that's what it is.
Something.
That's what it is. It's voodoo. Because as soon as his ass left, that whole field is like damn freaking Indian graveyard.
Did you guys hear the story of the curse this week? There was a thing about the curse this week. Did you hear the thing about the curse?
Somebody drank Joe Boo's rum.
So this is a story I'd never heard. I don't mean to rape the show here, but it's interesting.
Bring it.
We won an NFL championship in 1969. You guys know that, right? We were NFL champions.
We have a ring.
And very much like the Stanley Cup, the NFL championship trophy stayed with the team that had it for a year, and they passed it around, and it ended up, and it still is, in Green Bay. It's in their trophy room right now, and we don't have it. I am told that that's the origination of our effing curse.
Yep, I heard that story.
That blew me away. I was like, I've been a Viking fan since 1973. I never heard that story. It's crazy. Kind of like it though.
I don't like
So
it.
what you're saying is you gotta go steal it.
Let's go raid it, man. Let's go.
I'm from fucking Minnesota. Like, let's go.
We're gonna be like in major pain when the kids go try to steal the trophy. So okay, Vikings related. What injury absolutely ripped your heart out? 1998 divisional round, last play of the game, absolutely meaningless. Leg whip. John Randall tears his ACL. He's playing on one leg in the 1998 NFC Championship.
Right
game.
about that. I forgot about that.
Why were the Falcons able to run right through us? I kept thinking that. Why are they able to just run right through us and get back into this game? It's because John Randall was playing on one leg in that game. Non-Vikings related. Non-Vikings related. Alex Smith, man. That was severe.
I mean, him and Joe Theismann, right?
RG3 was bad.
Dude, RG3 got ruined by that team, man. Oh, your knee's fine. Here's a shot. Get back out there. It's fucking playoffs.
Yeah, Dax was bad too. I have to say that about Dak. Like your foot twice.
Oh, Dax, dude, I thought Dak might be done. I mean, Dak might be done.
Don't do that.
Honorable mention, Willis McGahee with University of Miami in his last college game, and he was fixing to be drafted highly. I mean, a gruesome injury.
Compound fracture on him too, right?
It was gruesome. I just remember it was horrible. And every time I hear about a senior that's going to lay out their bowl game, I say, "Yep, I remember Willis McGahee."
But he ended up having a pretty good NFL career. I mean, maybe not what it would have been, but he still ended up having a good career.
Didn't Darryl Stingley get paralyzed?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan Shea's there.
Yeah, I was just going to say that Steelers linebacker.
When I hear a football player getting paralyzed, I always think of Mike Utley.
Yeah. Someone brought up RG3. Who was the head coach? Was it Shanahan was the head coach over there, right? Gruden. And who's the protege of Jay Gruden? It's Sean McVay.
It wasn't Gruden. It was Shanahan, bro.
Sean McVay.
It was Red-faced Shanahan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was Mike Shanahan.
It was the older Shanahan, the dad.
Shanahan, Gruden.
It was Shanahan's dad.
Yeah.
Cody's trying to play 6 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon right now.
He's like, it's such a butterfly effect.
Tremors.
Can we also name
Flash Dance?
Flame.
Laquan Treadwell? Will he be able to go in there?
Maybe because his psyche got injured.
So we
broke his foot.
That wasn't an injury, fellas. We got a little bit excited, not just about the game on Saturday, but the news we heard that Stephon Gilmore was going to be coming into town for a visit. He came in. I was very confident that a deal was already done. It was just going to be come in and do a physical. Let's go to Manning's, have a steak, and we'll announce this thing on Monday. That didn't happen. Do you guys have any feelings about that? Like, were you hopeful that we'd sign him, or it really doesn't make a freaking difference?
Yeah, I was hopeful that we're going to sign him. Then I think the McCarthy thing happened. But then there's a report out there that says the Vikings would compensate him wealthy, like huge-wise, to bring him over. And I think they had to say that because of what has happened so far this offseason. Like the Vikings
ring chasing.
dump the bank at him.
I mean,
You cannot miss what you never had.
He saw the last couple of days. He's like, yeah.
Guys, you can't miss what you never had. I mean, he was never on the team. So
We had hope, Fish. Robbie, we had hope.
You had a lot of hope.
You're Vikings fans.
I did.
I thought it was weird that he was coming because I see him as ring chasing. He's just trying to win a ring.
And so do I, but that just made me wonder why he was even coming here in the first place.
Yeah.
Maybe he heard about the Mall of America and just wanted to see it. I don't know.
It sucks.
I think he was out there just trying to whip up some other teams. Hey, he's going to the Vikings. We better get on signing him right now. And I think he didn't really get a lot of action. I think it's still there's an opportunity to sign the dude. I heard we had a good contract on the table for him, right? I mean,
yeah, so that's what Cody's saying too. And I just wonder if maybe it's like a Dalton Risner situation where we brought Risner in during like preseason, but we didn't end up signing him to like what, week 2 or 3?
Yep.
Great example.
So I mean, it could be another situation where it's like, okay, our cornerbacks aren't working out. Yeah, let's do it. Or I mean, Shaq Griffin's been injured, and we haven't really heard anything about him progressing. So if Shaq Griffin's out, we're going to be pretty thin at cornerback.
We did today. KOC said he's doing all right, and they still expect him back for the beginning of the season.
Just a tweak.
Hey,
He has a hamstring injury, right?
Yeah.
So he should be back.
So Caleb Evans still around?
Oh, God,
He's their starting quarterback. He's our starting quarterback, man. You better believe that shit.
This is going to be a great season for Cody.
Which bums me out because that's another reason I wanted Gilmore to come in, because I don't want to put that on him. I want to give him a chance to be a third rounder or whatever, third, fourth rounder. Like we've been expecting him to play like a first rounder since his rookie season, and that's really not fair to him. So I was hoping, maybe we get somebody in to develop underneath, but he might just be thrown back out there, and we're gonna have first round expectations, right, Cody?
Caleb Evans.
Cody's liver is going to have a rough 2024.
So Alex just asked us in the comments, and that's the next thing I wanted to get to. He's asking, is this the worst Vikings offseason ever? And I would say that it started off as the best one until after the draft. It just all went down. Like, we got too excited, fellas. Like, after that draft, we got too excited maybe, and I think it might be a little bit our fault, but do you think we're having the roughest offseason out of any team in the NFL? Like, I know we don't keep close tabs on everyone, but can you think of any team that's going through what we've gone through?
How many other teams have lost a player to death? Right. I mean, people get injured.
That's different sport.
Yeah, but it's how many other teams this year have went through that? So no other teams are going through what we're going through. I mean,
I'm gonna agree with your brother, Keith. I'm agree with your brother. With regard to rough off season, we lost Teddy Bridgewater right before this season, and that's tough. And the only thing, and then you bring in a new starting quarterback, and it's just damn. That is so hard, especially where we had everything kind of put together in Zimmer's vision of what he wanted to do. I'm gonna say that's harder.
We started 5-0 that season. I don't think we're going to do that this year.
This season's worse by a mile. By a mile. A death and then losing our top 10. Yeah. This is worse. And y'all, for real, that dude looked good enough to start. I'm sorry. He fucking did. He did. Also, Cody, unless you welch, you owe me $25. But still, I'm going to say it. I got what I wanted by him having the capacity to start. And he did. Darnold is a bag of fucking hammered shit. My God, he's bad. Holy rat fuck! I didn't realize how bad he was. I know most of y'all did, but oh my God, he is so bad. McCarthy looked good.
It seems like just the past couple of days, Darnold's looked really bad in the highlights that we're getting and the comments that are coming out from people that are watching. And I'm just wondering if we been tuning that out because, there's JJ, or if it's like, now that JJ's out of the picture, Sam Darnold's turning into Sam Darnold.
It's both. It's both because we saw JJ as replacing Sam. He's like, okay, we gave this kid a shot, and he fucking proved to us he's not bad. He's definitely better than that guy by a fucking. I love the fact that JJ hit open receivers. That is what we've been missing for years. Look, you're open by a mile. I'm gonna get you the ball. You're gonna score, motherfucker. You're open too. You're gonna get in and score. We've been missing that. I was like shocked by that shit. And then we have Darnold. Oh my God.
Go, Trev.
Oh.
I'm just going to say before Trev gets going, I am absolutely flabbergasted at what Robbie's saying right now. Flabbergasted.
Dude,
Me too.
No, my complaint was we picked a quarterback at all. That was my complaint.
He got me on voice chat
I'm gonna give
earlier.
Robbie a little bit of credit because he said, that JJ is one of the best handoff quarterbacks, and he might be right because I've never seen a Wangu run like that before.
Yeah.
Did you the way he
Y'all,
took the
real,
ball away
my other main
and led
complaint
him
was
to the
we're not
hole?
starting him. I don't like moving up in the draft to draft a need that you don't start. That's just me. I know all y'all are opposed to that. That's just me. And the fact that he showed the ability that he should be starting, that got me.
Robbie, the only argument I have with you on that one is the fact that you wanted Turner at 10 when we got him.
Did. That's hindsight.
Yeah, but we got him at 17, so we didn't need him there.
Hindsight. If we're doing hindsight, that whole shit's gonna be fucked up. Can we not do hindsight?
Hey.
I mean, Robbie, I don't care, man. The fact that you're actually saying this right now, I'm just like, wow.
I didn't go back on a single thing I said though. Like that was my complaints. That much McCarthy, that much we drafted a quarterback last draft. That was my main complaint.
Hey.
So I want to do finish this sentence real quick, and I want to go around the horn to all of you on this one. So I'm gonna start with you, Rinaldi, and it's with all things considered, this offseason has been blank.
This offseason has been, I'm going to have two answers. This offseason's been the best moves that I've seen our regime make. I love what we've done with our roster. We've just had a lot of things that we couldn't control happen to us, man. So it kind of ties into the last one. I think it's one of the best and worst off seasons we've ever had. I love the roster moves. I love the bones of this team. I love where we're headed. This has been a great off season in that regard. There's been stuff that we can't control, and that's going to happen. That's what football is all about. So once you get punched in the face, all your plans kind of go to shit. As for Mike Tyson said, how he said it. But let's be honest about it. Let's be honest about it. It was a pretty good off season until it wasn't. And now we have an opportunity to turn it back around. I still think that there's opportunity to have an all right 2024, and it's going to lead into a great 2025. I love where this team's at. You guys can all hate me for saying that, and I get why we're down, but don't be. We got a lot of positive shit that happened, bro.
I like it. I'm still positive, man. My win total hasn't changed at all. But what about you, Fish? This offseason has been
the stuff of 30 for 30 legends.
Once we win the Super Bowl, right?
They should make a damn documentary out of everything that we've had to go through as fans. I mean, Jesus.
That's an interesting angle. We can make that happen among us.
I'm just saying, man. It's like I said, what a long season it's been already. What week are we in? We in week 11 yet, fellas? 12? Oh, week 2 of the preseason. Oh, okay.
We're in week 32 of the offseason.
Bless.
Yeah. What about you, Shaq? How you describe this offseason?
The word I used to describe this offseason, a regular Vikings offseason. We always get those high highs and those low lows because it don't be the on the field issue. It be off the field that be fucking up the on the field for us. And it's like, if only we could just put these guys in the bubble until the regular season start, then maybe we would have a chance to win the Super Bowl and be fully healthy for the year. But it's always some outlandish shit that happens during the all season. And there's like breaking news, Minnesota Vikings. Anytime you see breaking news during the all season and it shows the Vikings logo, chances are it's always bad.
It's not they signed some free agent or made a trade. It's somebody's out for the year.
Yeah.
Dylan's comment, dude, your diet's been out for the year, bro. Sit the fuck.
Oh man,
Matt.
Hey, I remember you were like 170 pounds. You look like 220 now, dude. Put on that fucking gooder weight here. Sit your ass down, shut the face.
It's something. It's either Corey Stringer or what was the O-line coach that like was turning to the O-line around that passed away a couple years ago. Like it's always something. It's never just perfect.
Well, it's
Steve Sparano.
Doesn't even need to be perfect, Trev. It just needs to be normal.
Yeah.
Well, I'll piggyback off of Shaq. Like, it's typical. It's highs and lows, roller coasters. We had a really good start to the off season, and it's got to come back down to earth. We had a really good off season in 16, and he got hurt. I don't know. It's just it comes with the territory. It sucks because I think there was so much extra hope with those couple of extra players that we don't have now that it kind of takes the wind out a little bit. You know?
It definitely does. Kevin, how would you describe this offseason?
Bipolar, gender transitioning. I don't know.
I don't like it, but it makes sense.
Canceled.
I'm confused.
Exactly.
Cancel culture.
Exactly.
I know
the
it
whole
is.
point.
Not everybody can handle that though. You got a good sense of humor, Keith. I appreciate that.
I got to hear how Robbie would describe this offseason.
Juxtaposed. We have a very juxtaposed, very
Good
juxtaposed off season. We have the good and the bad, almost like a Venn diagram. They have been, again, I'm using this word again, juxtaposed into a clashing of pure shit. We picked off season, yay! Our draft was good. It was great. I'll concede most of that. And we picked up some really good free agents. We did get that troll. I love that troll. And then we had somebody pass away. That really sucked. And our starting quarterback went down. I'm calling a spade on that one. He was our starter. And Darnold looks like a bag of shit. And our quarterbacks go down. So it's like again, juxtaposed of good and bad into it's an eclipse of garbage. So I'm just going to imbibe this entire season on Sunday. So yeah, juxtaposed is my word of the day.
So Trevor, I want to know your definition of this offseason, and then I want you to answer Dustin's question or respond to him where he said he won the division this year.
The division or the decision? I don't know which one that was.
Yes.
I want you to tell me how this offseason went, and then I want you to say,
you guys,
are we
and you
still in
guys can
the division?
and people can argue this. This offseason was the best well laid plans for the future. I'm gonna tell you right now, we all did not like Kwesi and his decisions. I think KOC is finally starting to come into his own. Kwesi's starting to come into his own. I think we're set up pretty well with all the contracts for next year, where free agency is going to be a big spending time, and we're going to be big spenders next year, and we're going to have a team. I think the best well-laid plans with signing Darisaw to an extension. Honestly, I hate to say it, but I think Rouse is going to take Mr. O'Neill's job here pretty soon, and we're not going to have a right tackle of O'Neill, and that's going to save us some money on that. I mean, I hope. It looks promising, but I think that's going to save us some money, and we're going to come out and we're going to spend some money. We're going to have a damn good defense added on with what we already have. But the question about the division, I mean, there's still a shot.
It didn't sound like it, though. You're talking about next year already. I don't think you really believe that.
Hold on, after what he said about O'Neal, I got a friend, Trev, on Facebook. Hold on, just
yeah, but, I mean, if Rouse ends up beating out O'Neal, I mean, I wouldn't think that's a bad thing.
I mean, I just think the fact that with him, I mean, I was really hoping that Rouse was going to kick in and was going to take the guard spot. But, I mean, seeing a little bit of his moves and stuff like that, and the fact that he's going against Turner all the time, I think that's going to make him even better. And I mean, O'Neal's always, it's once a year he's out for more than a couple games. He's just getting old. I mean, Darisaw's young as hell, and he's dominating the league. So, I mean, if Rouse can work with Darisaw, I mean, that could be a cheap bookend on the right. Because what he was a fifth.
Rouse? 7th.
No,
Was he
Ross was 5th.
6th.
Yeah, I was saying. So the fact that we, get him in a 5th, I mean, that's super cheap. But I mean, again, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say your boy, Keith, you're our boy. I'm sorry. Finding Bo Richter and all that defense that we're finding on the young guys and the UDFA and cheap.
Brian. Brian's right.
So Rouse was taken number 177 in the 6th round. Thank you.
You said 7th.
I said 7th, then I said 6th, and you both said no 5th. So
okay. Well, we're in between.
In between.
I like that Brian Peterson saying that there's a chance.
See?
So you're saying there's a chance.
Exactly. That's definitely where I was going with that. And Cody, I saved you for last on this one because I would like to hear how you answer this question. With all things considered, this offseason has been blank. And then after that, I want you to respond to the comment on the screen.
Vacillating. So here's a big word, vacillating. Because I had so much high hopes for JJ McCarthy. I mean, if he even started for week 1 to after the bye week or for the last 3 games of the year, and then seeing him go down, like it really hurt because we have KOC and Kwesi, and I want them to stay also. They're on their final year. I don't know if this buys them another year because their top 10 quarterback went down, or if this team goes 2-15 and the Wills say no, and then a new GM comes in and they're like, well, I want my own quarterback, and they go draft a quarterback. So and then it doesn't give JJ McCarthy the shot. So and we were always, me and Keith were, I think me and you were like the biggest JJ McCarthy guys. Like that's the guy that we want, and yeah, Rinaldi too, I guess. Yeah, that was like even in the old Discord, like that was the guy. Like we wanted him, young, 21. I just don't know how this affects like what Kevin said, the long term. Like what happens after this year? Do they, hey, here's just because your quarterback got injured, are we going to sign them for 3 extra years or give them another year? KOC and Kwesi. It's a lot of unpredictability and the mixed emotions facilitating. It's a lot of mixed emotions for me this year. I don't know what to expect, or it's just a lot.
Oof.
Didn't one of the coaches get extended for a year? Because not this year. I'm not talking about Kwesi or KSP, but in the past, wasn't it like maybe not Tice, but
I like him.
Slick Rick and somebody else, didn't they get extended for a year because the same kind of thing happened? They're like, well, you guys picked a quarterback, but I think he might make out, so we'll give you an extra year. Didn't that happen? Or am I just delusional and this is the year?
I mean, you're delusional.
It might have happened with the Bengals.
I mean, what was it Teddy Bridgewater?
When they got Barrow.
Was it? It wasn't Ponder, right?
Oh, you know what? Maybe it was Mond.
I was gonna say Kellen Mond. Was it the Kellen Mond season?
Where did Ponder go after us?
Nowhere.
The Raiders.
Did he? Thought he went to the flea market or some shit.
Where does wife go today?
Yeah.
Wherever he wanted.
So Christian Ponder has to go back to work, and I'm just saying we might need another quarterback.
There's a few free agency. There's 1 or 2 good ones.
I would rather take Fitzmagic over Ponder any day.
I'd rather take like Reed over Ponder.
AJ McCarron is out there. I'm just saying.
There's not a lot of good ones. I looked that up this morning. There is really not a lot of good ones.
No.
There's not.
You get on the phone.
There's all this talk about going after quarterbacks because our backup quarterback went down. Like Darnold was going to be our starter. Like and like this talk about Carr. That's not real. Like
what about Trey Lance? Because that's starting to
$20 million right now. Brady, that's not real either.
Carr might be
crazy.
Carr might be.
No, Trey Lance. You'd rather have Lance over Darnold. Were we fucking talking about this right now?
Oh no, I'm not saying I'd rather have it. It's talking. There's talk about it.
We hate hypotheticals in here because we take them ultra seriously.
You talking about fish?
But if you're going to say something, you're going to have to back it up. You can have a hypothetical, you got to back it up. And
I'd rather have
the
Jared
Saints
Hall
like
over
my
Trey
guy
Lance.
more
At
than they like
least
Carr.
see
So
Hall
Carr
before.
could be a possibility.
I think Carr might be gone, but I don't think the Vikings are going to trade for him and pay him $25 million. So
No way.
Or do I?
No.
But would you trade your last 7th for Lance to have
I
him
agree
back
with you,
up?
Alex. I really wanted us to draft Carr in that draft.
Thank
So,
you.
I agree with that.
Thank God.
Have you seen the film on Lance, man? He looks like ass. I
Trey
kind of
Lance
wanted him.
looks, I don't know. I might take Jaron Hall over Trey Lance.
I don't care what anybody says. The fact that San Francisco did that makes it the worst trade in NFL history. I don't care about.
They went to the fucking Super Bowl, so it's like whatever.
And that's why nobody will ever remember.
I don't
It was a
agree with
bad
that
trade.
at all.
Dude, Trey Lance threw like
bring up
40
the Herschel
passes in
Walker
the preseason
trade.
game,
You're both
and they
right.
only scored like 9 points. They didn't even score a touchdown.
Yeah, they didn't even score. Like he was 40 40 attempts and what, like 27?
So
You're both right. You're both right.
Justin, I don't know.
Hold on, guys. I'm
we
gonna
got a
play
top 5 pick. We would trade back and accumulate some more draft picks. We would
what
not.
the Panthers
there's no
gave up for
situation where we
Bryce
take a
Young
quarterback
was the
next year.
worst. That was the worst one.
Bryce Young, it's still out on him, though.
I'm saying no. As much as they gave up for him was nuts.
Oh yeah,
they gave up for him was nuts.
Oh yeah,
And then to end up with the number 1 draft
See?
pick. The
Hold
very
on. So
next year
again, I
anyway.
can clearly put my fan card the fuck
to the
over
Bears.
Herschel Walker trade ain't got shit on that.
No, we're talking about trades. Otherwise, that's the worst trade of all time in any sports ever.
The Ricky Williams trade was pretty bad.
Oh, the
Herschel
Ricky
Walker trade
Williams
was
was
the
pretty.
worst one.
Nah, yeah.
I mean, they gave up their
You
whole
got to
draft.
consider Bryce Young just because of where they
No.
ended up the very next year. They still would have had the very first pick, and they had to give it up. That is a bad trade.
The
when you
Cowboys,
consider that's
the
a
Cowboys
horrible
built
trade.
their dynasty off of that Herschel Walker trade. They built their dynasty off of that trade.
They sure
gonna-
did.
I mean, the
I'll
Cowboys
take-
already
I'll
had the
take 3
team.
They
Super
have a
Bowls
lot of
over
fucking
one
good
guy.
players, bro.
Yeah, the Cowboys already had the team before they made that trade.
No. Well, they definitely gelled and got the rest of their pieces with that trade by a long shot. But we did get Jake Reed, so there's that. Yay!
It was a horrible trade. I don't know if it's the
It was
worst.
disgusting. That or the Bobby Bonilla deal. That's up there too because they're still paying that guy money. The Mets.
Oh yeah.
In terms of sports, just
Y'all are
still
just
getting
going to let Denver
Still
off the
getting
hook
paid.
for that Russell Wilson trade, huh?
Good one.
Yeah,
Fish.
but no, but here's the thing though. The Russell Wilson trade, they re-signed him without even seeing him. So it's kind of like the Russell
So
Wilson
y'all are
trade
just
was.
going to let Denver
made
off
it
the hook,
worse.
huh?
I don't let them off the hook.
They're paying him like $35 million to play for Pittsburgh.
Yep.
or sit.
While Pittsburgh's playing peanuts.
Yep.
No, the worst trade in all of sports history was Babe Ruth for $100,000.
I didn't want to say that.
Sorry,
I didn't
that's
say
the one, dude.
didn't
Let's
wanna say
end
it.
this conversation.
Robbie,
right
it
there.
was better. It was better coming from Rinaldi.
Right, I know. I was like, I have to sometimes.
And damn near 100 years without a championship as a result of it. You want to
Yeah.
talk about a curse.
That's the one, man. That's the one.
I didn't want to say it. Thank you.
Is Cody frozen?
No.
Dylan, I'm with you, bro. I totally agree with that. I'm with you.
It was a fourth, not a third. Come on.
Yeah,
It's not even that
picks.
bad.
Feeling the McCarthy hate.
We didn't have a third.
Dylan would rather have Spencer Rattler on
Still acting like we
So
actually
would I.
had a third round
Hold on, he's
pick.
not alone in that.
Which makes
Yeah,
you
Rattler's not going to play well.
Spencer Rattler, and
Rattler's
it like
probably gonna
was like
start
the
for the
last great rookie quarterbacks that played this year already.
The Louisiana Purchase is great.
I don't know. Herschel Walker still might be worse.
That's pretty good.
That's nice.
Oh, if we're going geography, then what we gave up to get what
No,
we
we're not
gave
going
to
to do
get
that.
New
We're gonna
York
jump
is
into the preseason game. We're not doing geography. I don't know geography. We're not doing it. But let's go ahead and talk about the game that we saw. We talked a lot about McCarthy. We were all pretty impressed with what we saw. We're bummed out that he's out. So I don't think we have much more to say about him. Just, we'll see him next preseason. What about our other first-round pick, Dallas Turner? What did you guys think about what you saw from him?
Who?
I'm going to let you – Robbie, what did you think about it?
Yeah, I agree with him. Who was that? I was unfamiliar with that person.
Dallas Turner, he played for Alabama. No, not familiar.
I don't
He's
remember.
not one of those Sun Belt schools that you pay attention to.
Oh, that's right.
He played like he's supposed to play like.
Thank you.
Round pick.
I don't have an opinion because my
So did
arrogance
McCarthy.
of him is so high. It's like it's what I expect. You're getting exactly what I expect, what I say. So it's like there's nothing to talk about because it's what he does. It's how he's coached. It's the pedigree he's from. You expect that high level shit from high level players because they're just better people, and he's that guy. There's not much to talk about.
You can't be excited. Can't be excited about it though. Come on.
I can't be because he's just too good. Like when your bar is here, it's very hard to get above that bar because that's
There's a French pole vaulter that would agree with you.
I'm just saying, like that bar. I'm having a hard time. I can't. So it's like I expect that already from him. Now other
I
players,
hope so.
The game-winning guy.
Sarah.
Hey, let's be honest though. If we had the old regime, our kicker would have been cut after that first game for
Bullshit.
kicking into his hand.
Bad line.
Oh, Dan Carlson, get him out of here. He sucks.
Bad line.
After Michael Jurgens got sat on special teams, 100%.
Oh, that was so sad.
Jack, what
You
do you think?
you ever seen a lawn chair fold?
From
That's
Dallas
what it
Turner.
looked like.
So from Dallas Turner, I think he has a lot of potential. I think he might have to get in more NFL shape. So throughout the season, you're going to see more come out from him. Because if you look at the first drive, after they scored or kicked that field goal, they did a pan shot to Dallas Turner's face, and he had his hands on his hips, and he was breathing heavy. But what I did like, the positives was he's quick off the edge, and he's learning to use his hands more. I'm guessing Flores has been getting into his head about using his arms, and Grenard been telling him about the benefits of using your arm length and then rushing off the edge because he was going against a veteran tackle. I forgot his name.
Pete.
Andres Pete, yeah, who played for the Saints, and he was phenomenal for the Saints, and now he's on the Raiders. So it's not like he was going to get some fifth-round rookie. He was actually going against a veteran. So he definitely showed his potential in week one, and I look forward to seeing him. He just got to get more in NFL shape. That's my only complaint.
We have a backup center problem, Sarah.
Yeah. Me for Dallas Turner, if it wasn't for Caleb Williams, Dallas Turner is the best rookie in this class. 100%.
Kevin, do you think that Dallas Turner could be like a Micah Parsons for us?
Of course.
Ooh.
That's the plan.
Michael Parsons is Michael Parsons.
Do you see that plan happening?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
That
yeah. You invest that in there, and you get excited about that pick, like some of us did. Not everybody did, but I mean, hell, I love the pick. Anytime you give up those late round picks for a guy who can potentially change the game, let's just go ahead and take a chance here because that's what y'all all wanted, right? Let's do it. So I didn't understand that part, but here's what I found interesting this week was when they were talking about these joint practices with Cleveland is how Myles Garrett was dominating both of our tackles, and that's just what I got. That right there was funny because I heard how he was struggling against our left tackle from Virginia Tech. I'm sorry.
Darrisaw.
Thank you. I can't believe I forgot his name. All right, so he was like, Darrisaw was pretty much handling him. Then he goes up against a grown man like Garrett, man, and Garrett's just out there. I thought that was an interesting take to see how far he has to come and how much better he can actually be.
Yeah. I mean, Darrisaw did kind of struggle against, like, there's two defensive guys in this league that are just, they can't be stopped. It's Parsons and Garrett.
Yep.
Parsons and Garrett. Like, everybody else is a steep cliff. I mean, they're really good, like Nick Bosa, really good, but they ain't on Garrett or Parsons level. Like, and I want Dallas Turner to be on Parsons level. Like, everyone's drafting quarterbacks to be the next Mahomes, but we don't see what defenses should be doing is drafting players to be the next Micah Parsons. And I think we did that this year. I think we're one of the only teams that did that. Like, we thought out of the box. Like, well, we're here drafting quarterbacks to become Mahomes. Let's flip the script. Let's go on the other side. Let's draft a fucking defender that's going to be the next Micah Parsons. Or Lawrence Taylor, right?
Cody, you're making me smile right now because that's
I
a
love
little
it,
bit of
dude. That was
positivity
great.
coming
I
out of
love
you.
it.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Positivity, making me smile. Lenny, how you feeling about Dallas Turner at this point?
I mean, as advertised, in my opinion,
Thank
I
you.
feel like
That's fair.
the advertisement for him was he was the best defender in the draft, and I believe he is by what I see. Went against real NFL talent and just ate for the plays he was in there. Like I feel like he was in the backfield on every pass play. He had one sack? He almost had two.
Yeah.
So like in 15 plays he was in, like that's fucking like please, yes, I want that every game. Multiply it by 3 times more plays. So as advertised for me.
So it's like our 2 first-round picks justified.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Sadly,
I love what I saw from JJ. I mean, yeah, he threw a pick, but he's young. He's gonna throw a pick. But when he bounced back and threw those dots, I mean, say what you want about how open they were. He threw it in stride. The receiver did not have to slow down like a ton or stop or
Who
go
cares
back.
how open they were? He found them. That was the problem. He found them open. That's my main complaint for years. Holy fuck, you're open. I'll give you the goddamn ball. You're open. I'll give you the goddamn ball. That's what we've been bitching about like the whole time. Like, he's fucking wide open. This wasn't the case. Dude found him. That was my main compliment to him is he found those guys.
Does that change, though, if Justin Jefferson was on the field? That's the biggest question, I think. Like, does that change that he finds him, or are you looking at the best receiver in the game the whole time? Like, is that a good thing having the best receiver on your team too? Like,
I need to get to Michael Fish because he looks like he's got something to say. Like sometimes, like I'm looking at his face and I can tell he wants to say something. I feel like he wants to say something. I could be wrong.
I'm with Unc. Put him next to Deontay Walker next year, and woe be to you if you are on an offensive line trying to guard those two guys. So yeah, let me just say this: it wasn't the position I wanted, but a hit is a hit is a hit, and kid looks the part. He looks the part. He might be Diet Parsons. Okay, guys, let's not get crazy. Parsons
That's what I was thinking.
Parsons is a bona fide game wrecker. We've experienced it a couple of times now, right? He might be Diet Parsons, but I tell you what, man, Diet Parsons going to taste pretty damn good.
Zero sugar is better.
No, I want Parsons.
Yes, I agree, Robert. And the thing is I see him as being, I think, maybe what we thought Barr was supposed to be.
Bingo.
I liked Barr.
And this
still liked Barr.
I blame Zimmer for that.
I do too, but I'm just saying, this kid looks good. He looks great. He fantastic. I think it's going to be a hit. Let's just say no major injuries. Let's just let him have a nice productive season. And
how old was Parsons when he got drafted?
Alien abductions.
But I'm happy.
How old was Parsons when he got drafted?
How old was he? Oh, I don't know his age.
He was.
I think he might have been 22.
2 years.
He was probably over years.
I think 23.
Yeah. So I think he was 2 to 3 years older than what Dallas Turner is now.
I'm going to come at Lenny on.
There's a lot of beefing up for Dallas Turner
right now. So
yeah. So in
here's what I saw with the dude. Every rush that I saw, and I know his body type is Micah Parsons. I get why we're all saying that.
That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah, but you know who he actually reminded me of? Not body type, but his penetration on his rushes. Chris Dolman.
Von Miller.
Chris Dolman. He penetrated super hard. Might even have over penetrated.
I don't know if he got that swim move.
Dervish, kind of that spin move, man. He's like flipping around, and he's like a Tasmanian devil on the edge. I felt like he reminded me of Dolman. Not body style, not positionally, but his penetration on his rush was Chris Dolman to me.
I would not be mad at that, bro.
So with him, I'm gonna come at Lenny. It's like Lenny in bed. The man only has one good move, but that one move is deadly. I'll tell you what, if Turner can add some size and that man can push people around, the fact that he's got the speed around that edge, the way he can get by people, but if he can start pushing cats too, like you could tell when he tried to push Pete, he said, no, you're not going to push me. But he said when he got around that edge, every time it was whoop right there. The thing with Turner, that's the nice thing with a little bit of Parsons though, is Parsons got that speed, but he's got that strength where he can pop you first and kind of pop you off that ball and then sneak around. He is deadly, and I will say him and
Troll. I say troll. The troll.
The troll.
Troll.
If we can take him correctly, tell me if I'm right on this, Keith. Do you think Mr. Bo Richter reminds you a little bit of Brian Robinson a little bit?
Mm-hmm. I can see that, but I'm gonna go bigger. But I'm gonna hold that one in. But yeah, no, and you know what? If Richter ends up making this team and he turns into be a Brian Robinson caliber player as a UDFA, we score.
So this is what I told Robbie earlier. I said the nice thing with what we have with Turner, and if Richter can make it and make it big, why the fuck do we need AVG and why do we need Grenard? That's such a great trade bait because. I mean, you're not going to kick him inside because you got Levi and all them coming up that are doing actually really good. I mean, if there's a way that every one of them, Grenard, ABJ, Turner, and if Richter can make it in, if those cats are pulling in 8 sacks a season, at least this season, you get rid of the old like they've been wanting to.
Yeah, I can see maybe Van Ginkel being a 1-year thing and moving on, but Bernard, I don't see that at all.
Ginkel is good. Y'all are sleeping on that man.
No, he is good, but he's
I'm not good. Robbie, I told you. I'm not saying he's bad.
I can see him becoming expendable, but tradable.
Yeah.
So we talked about JJ, we talked about Dallas Turner, our first round picks. Fish, I want to ask you, did anybody kind of stand out to you outside of our first round picks?
Oh yeah. All right. I rewatched the game the next day, and I was actually looking for 2 people to talk about that I was thinking highly of, but I was actually highly disappointed in the other one. I'll get to that later. But I will tell you right now, Walter Rouse, when he was playing right tackle, was a man playing right tackle. I focused in on him. The long Kenny Nwangu touchdown run, when it happened, and we were on the live call, I said I could have drove my truck through that hole. It was because Walter Rouse turned and sealed off the entire interior of the defense up to the second level. He turned and blocked them off, and Kenny just had a free shot straight to the secondary. He won every single rep in his right tackle position against every single defender he played. The good Chandler run that he ran right after J.J. McCarthy came in was behind Walter Rouse, and Walter Rouse pushed his defender 5 yards down the field. When he played left tackle, he didn't do as well. And even though when he played left tackle, he was playing against like 3rd or 4th stringers, but as a right tackle, can we trade O'Neal now?
He has no guaranteed money after this season, so I mean,
I didn't think he had guaranteed money this season.
You might be right. You might be right. I just know the guarantees are done.
No, it's like
could happen.
He has some. It's still a pretty good dead cap hit if we.
I think this year might be the last year, but after this one, there's no guarantees left. So I mean, if Rouse can come in and be that guy, I mean, even more money to spend next year. But I'm telling you, the free agency is not as great as we're hoping for next year.
And we're off on expectation on that too, because this week we're playing a top 5 defense in the Browns. The Raiders are not even close.
But they have one of the top defensive lines. But I get we probably weren't playing them when Rouse was in.
Right.
Like when Rouse was in.
And the Raiders played their starting defensive lineman.
Yeah, besides
that first drop.
Besides Cosby.
I mean, Rouse is 6 rounders. So if he's beaten 6 rounders, I mean, that's a good start.
Yeah,
take it.
What's your problem with O'Neal, man? Just tell us.
I don't have a big problem with O'Neal, but he is kind of heavily paid, and if we can replace him cheaper, I'm not against it. He's not.
So here's my problem with O'Neal, Kev. I think that O'Neal is a 7 who looked like a 10 because he was surrounded by 3s for so long. And as soon as he started getting surrounded by like 8s and 9s, he started looking more like a 4. And he got paid like an 8.
He got paid, and I'm not a guy that normally hates on these guys getting paid. Like, they should get their money, go for as much as they can, take up all the cap. That doesn't bug me. Yeah,
guys, my hat's off. My hat's off to you guys.
O'Neal.
I don't
He's
have
not
the
a me
diligence
guy,
to
though.
pay
He's
attention
not
to
a me
O-line.
guy.
So
He is a
kudos.
team guy.
So
I
Shaq,
don't got the ability to pay attention to the O-line when you pay attention to the Alabama tackle that you've been craving about.
No, we'll save that topic for another time, my friend.
Oh, okay.
That's different.
Yeah, who stood out for you in this preseason game?
That's different.
So for me, I have to say our starting quarterback, Sam Darnold, he showed that first drive that he could actually be a starting quarterback in the NFL under KOC tutelage. He showed that he's not pocket happy like Kirk Cousins, where he shows this pressure. He's not going to just dump the ball off quick. He showed that he can move up in the pocket, and he showed he could do all the passes. He showed the pass to that he kind of overthrew to Jordan Addison. That was probably his worst pass that drive. So, he had the 2 drop passes to Chandler, and the one to Naylor. But other than that, he showed that his mobility to move in the pocket and drop the ball off to receivers in open area without Justin Jefferson playing. And like Cody mentioned, he had a good connection with Jordan Addison. So I liked his poise.
All right, that's a
and
good
I
one.
feel like fans need to give him a little more respect since he first joined the team. I don't feel like Vikings fans been giving him respect since he first joined the team. And all Sam Darnold do is came and show what he can do.
I think Vikings fans have a reason to be skeptical, but you're right. He did look good in that first drive, and honestly should have had a touchdown if the receivers helped him out a little bit.
He layered that ball to Naylor pretty well too over that.
I think so too, man. He looked good with Naylor.
Chandler had 2 drops on that drive, and one was in the end zone. So I mean, yeah, he led a scoring drive like the opening drive, like Kirk Cousins always did. But what was he going to do after that? That's what I want to see.
Hand the ball off. We're in the red zone. Hand the ball off. We're in the red zone.
Wait till the fourth quarter, baby.
As much as I want to co-sign for Darnold, and I have since we got him, but here's the thing. He's had his chances. He's coming from San Francisco to the same offense. This is all up to Sam Darnold. I don't think KOC is to blame. Like I've seen today where a certain individual said, well, if they can't get Sam Darnold, then KOC needs to be fired. This is on Sam Darnold now. If he can't take the coaching at this level, at this point of his career, then he's unsavable as a feature quarterback.
Right, I mean, that's a fair take, and I didn't see that one that you said, but yeah, I mean, I don't think it's totally on KOC, but I would like to see the best Sam Darnold we ever seen. I mean, and I think we will. It might be a 4-win season, like, so let me be clear about that. Like, it's not a very high bar, but I would like to see him be the best Sam Darnold that we've seen. Cody, did anybody stand out for you that wasn't a first-round draft pick?
Yeah, I mean, I liked what I seen out of Jalen Naylor. I mean, we've been trying to get him hyped up ever since we drafted him. McCarthy pounding the table for him. He had that drop in the end zone. I mean, but you're not going to throw to your wide receiver 3 in the end zone. You're not going to give your third best wide receiver the ball. My biggest issue with the preseason game was we were down 17-7 at halftime. Right? Like we were down and if they kept their first team in the whole game and we kept ours in, we probably would have got smoked.
That's a terrible take.
We were down 17-7 at half.
Terrible take, man. So what? You're down 17-7. You haven't been down 17-7 at halftime before?
I've seen it 30 plus.
Get the fuck out of here. No way.
Cody, I'm with you. It's the Raiders. The Raiders suck balls.
Raiders. So we play the Browns Saturday.
I don't think there's a game plan.
It's preseason, guys. It's preseason.
Exactly. Raiders suck extra balls. We gotta treat this like it's the real thing. Like the coach tells us, the coach doesn't tell them it's just preseason. Treat this like it's the real thing, and we're treating like the real thing.
But we're playing Mullins Hall this Saturday. Okay, we already know that.
Opposing coach saying, "Hey, you're playing too fucking physical." That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. from a fucking
The pussification of football. We discussed
I am
this.
a fucking sport, dude. Like, don't
Everybody
call
gets tampons. You get a tampon. Put the tampon back in.
Jesus Christ, that's a piss.
10 yards, no tampon.
He said that he thought the physicality was good and stuff like that. So I don't know if he was trying to save face or whatnot, but I want to know that he really said that. But I mean, I think there is like an implied thing like that it's not supposed to be super physical. I mean,
it's football. Put your head in the flow tampon.
Added practice.
Sort of.
It's football.
So it probably could have been that they had agreed upon, how the practice is supposed to go, and he didn't think it was supposed to be that physical. That's probably why he talked about it. And then, the media outlets taking it out of context, and then the fans, us emotional ass people.
Do you take it?
What?
Guys,
Nobody's emotional in
his
here,
quote
Chad.
was
What are you
in
talking
quotes.
about?
It's not out of
Literally
context. Your
nobody's
quote was in
emotional.
quotes.
Hell no.
Were you
The
soft?
Lions and the Giants were fighting every practice they had together. Come on now.
We don't have tampons. We just have pads. You can have some pads with wings. That's all we have.
Were you soft? Were you soft? And
Explain that for Shaq, Robbie.
I'm saying it's like the football as a whole is just it's one giant tampon nowadays. It's so disgusting.
You said pads with wings, and I said tampons. You want to explain?
Well, they're both feminine hygiene
let's
products,
not
which
do that.
imply the
Let's not
bleeding
do
of the
that.
vagina.
Ronaldo,
That happens once a month.
Who stood
for a
out
few
for
days.
you that wasn't a first round draft pick?
Well, I don't know if he stood out, but I mean, it's worth talking about Kene Nwangwu. That my man put up a 48-yard run, and then he put up 4 more runs, Robbie.
I'm not laughing at you.
That were 1 yard apiece. He had 4 more runs that were 1 yard apiece. So he is who we thought he was. He is not. I don't think he's a solid third stringer. I don't want him as my third string running back. I don't want one of our first 2 to go down and have to rely on this guy. Yeah, he can hit a home run. You get him on the sideline, he can outrun anybody. But you know what? He also had 2 catches for 9 yards, 4.5 apiece. But that is not our third string running back. I can't get into it. It is not our third string running back. Go ahead, Robbie. Hit me up, man. Tell me how I'm a homer.
No,
I will always remember Kene. I will always remember Kene because I was at the Carolina Panthers game and the Ravens game that both went to overtime. He ran a kickoff back in the same year. We lost at the Ravens game, but I tell you, I'll never forget that dude as a Viking, man. He's just always going to be etched in my mind because I was there to
the
see
Thanksgiving
both of them.
game for me with him. But Ronaldo, let me ask you this then: do you find it a little strange that he didn't return any kicks, like to get some work in this new kickoff format?
Yeah, no, I honestly don't. I think the new kickoff format is not anything like it's going to be in the regular season. And anybody that thinks, it's boring, it sucks, we don't know what it's going to look like in the regular season.
Cornhole.
But do you think it's weird that Nwangwu wasn't back there?
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem. I don't think they're showing him. I don't think they're showing what he can do. I think he is our kickoff returner, and I think he's going to do pretty well. Hey, Emiliano.
So for me, it's a man that we brought up a couple times, and it's Bo Richter. When we had our UDFA show that we did, and everybody made fun of us doing the UDF show. I mean, that's the one that I wanted to highlight. And when I was watching his video, I came on here and said, he looked a little bit undersized, but he's got a high motor. He's quick. He gets to the quarterback. He kind of reminded me of John Randall a little bit, is what I said. But then when I saw him on Saturday, he reminded me more of JJ Watt. Okay. So that's why when he said Brian Robinson, I said, a little bigger. He kind of reminded me of JJ Watt, just the stature of the guy. And then he had 2 sacks. I think he played like 19, 20 snaps, and he had 2 sacks. He had 6 tackles and I think 3 tackles for a loss. So like he definitely made his presence felt. Like a lot of times you don't notice these guys out there on the field. You definitely noticed him. So we've been asking each other, like, who's going to be the next Ivan Pace? It's fucking Bo Richter to me. You agree with that, Trevor?
100%. Fucking 100%. Gabe Murphy, who?
Gabe Murphy might have a problem, my man.
They should. So when they do well against like the lower end, they should move them up the next game. Like, okay, you did well against that string. Go up against this string now. Let's see what we can do. Don't just keep playing him against third string and like let's get our fucking hopes up. Move him up to the second string, see what he can do, right? And see where the drops are.
Well, you got to think about confidence a little bit there. He could build confidence a little bit. I mean, just a counter argument there.
I liked what I saw from Tristan Jackson. I mean, I liked him last year in preseason too. But like in games, he was dropping balls and he caught everything that came to him on
When did he
Saturday.
take them?
How are you guys forgetting about our greatest asset who has the worst number for any jersey, and that's number 46? The guy that actually won the damn game for us.
You mean the one that also got a field goal blocked? Yeah.
No, the
Fucking
line
kickers.
allowed somebody else to jump over them to allow.
Sorry,
the ball
buddy,
to
but Jurgens
get
looked
down.
like me
Kickers.
trying to sit in a beach chair.
Fuck.
Anyways, going back to what Lenny was saying, Tristan Jackson actually had a phenomenal game. When JJ got in there, you could just see the connection between JJ and Tristan Jackson. He looked like he was doing this for a couple years now, and he actually might have solidified his spot on the team as a wide receiver 4 or 5. So
Yeah, Cal might be number 6.
I agree.
At this point.
Don't let Keith hear that.
Well, that kind of true though for Tristan because now McCarthy's out. Right now that quarterback's out for the year, so that now you just push Christian back in the same spot as he was starting the game.
Yeah, but see, him and Naylor have so many unique sets like that are similar to each other that I think almost it's like even with Darnold coming in, I think it's easy replaceable to be able to hit him.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you what, the little bowling ball that impressed me the most was Levi. That dude is not very tall. He's just a little bowling ball, but he's in that backfield every time, taking double teams and stopping that line.
Okay, I got to push back on that. Hold on, Trev. I got to push back on that. I actually was highly disappointed when I rewatched that game.
Come on.
Absolutely disappointed. He was the second player I was looking for to be able to say I loved it because I remembered the deflected pass. I remembered the sack. Levi Drake Rodriguez was not in the backfield. He had zero penetration other than those 2 plays. He was barely engaging offensive linemen. He was skating along the offensive line and playing patty cake. He got the batted ball off of a poorly designed screenplay. He got the sack because Keith's guy Redmond caved in the entire interior offensive line, and he was like, oh, I got a free pass to the quarterback. Other than that, zero penetration against any offensive lineman he went up against. None.
How many double teams did he have?
Not a lot. He was going one-on-one. He could not – he had nothing. He had the quick move, the swim move we saw him throw on that 18th round guard that he went against in practice. Nothing. He tried one shoulder slap earlier in the game. It didn't work. And then he did nothing. It was crazy. I was like, holy crap. I
think we'll see something out of him before the end of the preseason.
I hope so.
I ain't worried about him at all.
I'm not. The things I saw, I think a lot of that is you gotta remember 2 things here. What school did he go to?
Robbie?
Not one of mine. I don't give a shit.
He went to
what was it, like a D3 school? Like
it was if that. It was like community college.
Texas A&M Commerce.
So my biggest takeaway is 2 things. I played against Dedrick Ward, if anybody remembers him. Running back for the Giants. That dude tore it up. And I mean, Levi tore it up there. This is a whole new ballgame for him. I'll say for the fact that it's being an NFL level, I mean, exactly like it is. It's fish playing checkers and we're all playing or chess and we're all playing checkers, but that's what it is. This dude is going against a whole new elite tier, whether it's the second or third tier. It's a whole new elite tier. But the fact that he was able to do what he did and still cause disruption when he did, that's what I'm saying. Fish, I agree with you. I'm not going to say like I was like, oh shit, Bo Richter. I mean, that's how I was with Bo, like how you felt. But for where he was and we took him to the 7th and what he did do, that's what excites me about Levi is the fact that the dude at least did not stop. I mean, it was constant, every play at least moving. So
he got washed out of a couple of run plays.
Thank you very much for reinforcing what I always say. Schools, conferences matter. They do.
Okay, Robbie. So who did you notice during the game that wasn't a first rounder?
I've already said that. 46, who has won the game for us, who scored 6 points total, and is are probably one of our best picks in a long damn time. And I also went 5 for 5 against the Browns. That's Will, and I'm going to keep saying it the way I would like to say it. That's just me. Will Riker. That's not how you truly pronounce it, but you can say it that way. He went off, and that kick blocked was not his damn fault. Somebody just felt that he needed a damn freaking trophy or some shit. I don't know. That dude that blocked it also had an 8-foot vertical, so fuck him.
I mean, they should. The preseason should be all about the other guys. Like, okay, just one series for the starters, pull them out because you got to practice to get timing and do all that good shit in the joint practice. You should start moving these guys up strings. Like, okay, we saw Bo Richter third string. Get him the second string. See what he does against them. Get him the first string. See what he does. Then that's how you should keep your players. I don't want to see during week 3 of preseason that our team is out there for our first team's out there for a full first half. I don't give a fuck about that. I want to see these free agents.
I don't want to see anybody out there that's going to be a starter.
Yeah, not at all. I want to see these guys. I want to see if they can actually make the team against.
I want them practicing at this point, to be honest.
Yeah. Because they're all good right now, but who are they playing against? They're not playing at that elite level talent just yet.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of just like anything else. You got to beat the man in front of you, no matter who it is. And if they're doing that, then that's a positive.
It's like Brian Asamoah. We thought he was fucking gangster. He came fucking field.
I've been against that guy ever since we drafted him.
I was wrong about him.
Maybe if you guys would say his name right, he'd play better.
He's making a team this year.
Wait, what's that, Ronaldo?
He's making the team this year. He's gonna
make the team this year.
Yeah, he's gonna make the team this year, and we may need him. You watch.
Why don't we talk about that?
All right.
Good segue. Good segue.
We get it every once in a while. So we put together our 53-man roster prediction. It was kind of a little bit easier than I thought it would have been. I think a lot of it's kind of basic, but there was a couple surprises. So let's just jump into it. And we're gonna start with the quarterbacks, which we had to freaking scramble and make an adjustment all of a sudden. This is what we have going on with the quarterbacks. We're gonna keep Sam Darnold, Nick Mullins. We're gonna cut Jaron Hall, possibly put him on the practice squad, bring him up on Sundays to be the third string emergency quarterback, unless we could bring in someone else to fulfill that role. Everybody agree with this?
No.
I mean, they should be reversed, but yeah.
Fish, that as the days goes by, that joke hot take is like really turning into a freaking hot take.
And this is what we have right now. It's not what we could have in the future.
So do you think there's a move to come, Cody?
I think there's a move to come. I don't think you're gonna put Nick Mullins out there. I think Nick Mullins is gone.
I don't know about that.
I'm
dude.
not buying
Darnold
that.
looks like shit.
I'm not buying that, man.
Mullins looks like
Robbie.
tastier
Did you
shit.
watch the game, Robbie? Did you watch the game?
I know.
No, you didn't. Shut up. No, you didn't.
Did you watch this? You watch this?
I literally was on live with you. You literally saw me watch the game.
He was ahead of us the whole damn game.
I know. You literally saw me watch the game, you stupid bastard. Like, how much more?
How you want to say Nick, Sam Darnold didn't look great? He led the whole first
He looks
drive.
like
It's
a
not his
bag
fault.
of shit.
To be fair, I think you missed the first
These
drive,
two
Robbie.
fucking passes.
I don't think Robbie saw the first drive, to be fair.
You see him against a
I
defense?
liked the guy that I did not like better. If that says something.
How y'all gonna disrespect the guy who led the game-winning drive in that game?
Because you ruined my hot take.
Oh no, Hall's horrible.
I need a 50-yard field goal, and then when I need that, he goes and throws a 20-yard pass all of a sudden. What?
Backup quarterback is the backup for the backups.
Yes, they are.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Hi.
Darnold is hammered shit.
And they're starting.
I mean, Jason, it is what it is. It was a game-winning drive. I mean, he gave our kicker a chance to make a makeable kick because, I mean, I don't know if he could have made one from a longer distance.
Yes, he could have.
He made the game-winning kick.
We'll never
It was a
know
fucking
because
extra
it didn't
point.
happen.
It would have been good from 70.
I just don't
because it didn't happen.
I just don't think you keep two quarterbacks anymore. I think the roster with the new rule is 3. So whether you cut Jaron Hall or bring somebody in, we're gonna have 3 quarterbacks in the roster That's what I disagree about with this.
I don't. Because
Well, yeah, but no one's
Let me
going to
tell you
take
why
Hall,
not.
so
Let me
he's
tell you why
safe
not.
on the practice squad.
Because why would you keep 3 taking up your 53
But it's
when
not, that's the point. It's not the 53. It's 53 plus 1 for a quarterback.
Okay, well, you got to cut Jaron Hall before you put him on the practice squad, my man.
Fucking Jaron Hall is goddamn butter pecan ice cream. Nobody eats that shit. Get rid of his ass.
You have to cut him before you put him on the practice squad. And once he's on the practice squad, you can bring him up every Sunday to be the third string emergency quarterback.
Fuck butter pecan.
So I don't think you disagree as much as you think you're disagreeing right now.
No, I'm not trying to make an argument. He's going to be around.
Well, maybe you should.
Send him to NFL Europe.
Anytime you want, man. I'm all about it.
I tell you what,
Jaron Hall, starting quarterback. You guys are dumb.
Tomorrow, I'm picking up some butter pecan ice cream.
Shut the
just
fuck up. You are
because.
not. That stuff is gross.
No, it's fucking
I gotta
not.
do it.
Wait,
My
butter
favorite
pecan
ice cream.
is gross?
What is wrong with you, old god damn?
That's not
It's
gross.
okay. It's just not my go-to.
Delicious.
The Browns find Joe
Put some
Flacco.
wheat germ on that.
So I think we all pretty much agree this is how it's going to go down unless we end up signing somebody or making a trade, which I don't see us doing because Sam Darnold was going to be the starter. We didn't lose our starter. There's no reason for us to make a panic move because our backup quarterback went down, unless that wasn't our backup quarterback.
I'm still saying we did lose our starter, but that's me.
Okay, and in that case, then maybe. So
I still
we got
think
our
JP
running
was
back.
our starter.
We got Aaron Jones, Ty Chandler, and Wangu making the team, and then for some reason we're keeping a fullback. Like if CJ Ham wasn't from Minnesota and Mr. Good Guy, would we be keeping a fullback?
No, he seems like a cameo appearance. Like every stop, like, oh shit, that guy. Like I remember him from that episode.
He's good with the kids.
Yeah, he's a cameo appearance.
I gotta say,
I wish we
Miles,
use them right. I mean,
We don't.
with the Kenny Nwangu one, I mean, I know he's our returner, but I mean, I want to see what Miles Gaskin got because he looked pretty good in that first game. So if Gaskin can step up, I mean, he could kick Kenny out of there.
I mean, I don't disagree with you because I think if it's Nwangu or Gaskin, it doesn't change our season at all. But I do think, I mean, we drafted Nwangu, so he's probably going to get the better chance at it, and he's younger, and he does have that kick return ability. We've seen him take him to the house. So, you know, the kickoff.
That's why they cut Jared Hall
off last year. I guess I can't write him off this year because it might be a little bit more impactful if he can find a hole and run through it. So I think he makes the team because of that reasoning. We're not going to lose anything on McBride. He's a 7th rounder. He's gotten a couple chances to show that he can do something and hasn't been able to do it. So we're all still on board, right? Does anybody want to fight this?
No, I love this running back room. This is the best running back room we've had since I want to say.
Don't do it, man. Don't like don't get hope, bro. Fuck hope, Robbie, right?
Don't drink Joe Boo's rum.
I'm drinking the Aaron Jones rum.
Oh, we shouldn't say that right now.
Not the Joe Boo.
All people go to you shouldn't have said it.
Don't drink Joe Boo rum, man.
Fuck hope.
There you go, Nick.
Hey, if everyone doesn't sign a massive contract without Aaron Jones.
Jones, see why you don't got to say that either, Brian Peterson. Oh gosh, come on, Emiliano.
Wow.
I think just having Aaron Jones makes it better than that.
Jordan Love does not get paid without Aaron Jones.
Right. Right, but
I would say
Aaron Jones is helping us twice.
I'd say McKinnon is slightly under Aaron Jones, and Asiata is way under Ty Chandler.
McKinnon's a free agent. We can swap in Wangu with him if you want.
I just never seen
yes, please.
I'm okay with Jets. Bring the other Jets back.
All right, and now we move to the wide receiver where there was a little bit of discussion. We got Jefferson, Addison, Naylor, Powell, Tristan Jackson finally making his way onto this team. I think this is his second or third year with us. I think it's his third year.
Third year.
Finally cracking the 53. And Trent Sherfield, who ever since we signed him, he's kind of been a standout as a wide receiver, which I don't think he's going to play a lot of wide receiver. He might get in there for some third downs, as Cody noted that he was kind of a Josh Allen target as a third down wide receiver. So, you know, maybe he gets in some of that, but he's a special teams ace. So I think he's going to make the team based on that. Anybody got a problem with who we cut?
Not who we cut, but Ronaldo, should I say it since Keith walked away?
Do it.
Yes. Hell yeah, you should.
Powell's going to be below Jackson.
Definitely. And I was wrong.
So this is let me clear that up. This is not the order.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
Sure, it looked like it.
But I was
I
wrong.
was going to say it'd have been awesome if you put JJ at the bottom.
I like this room, man. I think I gave it a C. I'm moving it up to a B right now. I like the room, man. I think they've really developed a whole lot of guys. It's like, yeah, they got the two guys at the top. I think if Naylor stays healthy, it's great. Powell, okay. Tristan Jackson's been playing out of his mind, man. And Sherfield's just a solid NFL 4th or 5th, 6th guy. This is a win. This is a really good room, man. I don't think we need a guy.
Let's say Addison, like the injury, like they've been playing us, and he ends up missing 5 games. Are you good with what we have, or do we have to pick somebody up?
If he's coming back, it's okay. If he's not coming back, that's a problem, obviously.
He's going to miss 5 games.
He's part of my hot take, but we'll get there when we get there.
We'll get there.
We survived with 5 games with this room. We've survived for 5 games.
Now, if this was our quarterback and Addison or Jefferson went down, I'd be okay. But it's Sam Darnold. I don't know.
Emiliano, nobody's missing 5 games. I'm just saying, like, if the news came out, it's worse than they were leading us on, and we find out he's going to miss 5-6 weeks, would we have to go make a move, or would you be comfortable with the room we have to next man up it? That's all.
Yep.
Sorry, Trevor, your boy Jones, not going to make it for us, but he's going to make like $200,000, so that's pretty cool.
Practice
squad, maybe.
I want to get fired for $200,000.
I mean, honestly, I think that the person who has the best chance of making the roster that we cut would be Thayer. I think he's kind of been shown out a little bit, and I think when we try to sneak him onto the practice squad, we might lose him.
Yeah, I don't know about Thayer anymore. He went down and was on the field for a long time in the Browns.
Well, I believe it was a concussion.
Yeah,
he's in the protocol. That's what it was.
So,
I'd take Thayer over Jones anyways. I mean, that first game and the practices that I've seen, he definitely does look a lot
as Lenny
better.
pointed out, N'Keal Harry has been playing at tight end, but according to the Vikings website, he's still a wide receiver, and we're gonna have that issue come up again, as Cody has loved to point out. So this is our wide receiver room. Moving on to the tight end, we got Josh Oliver, Johnny Munt, Nick Muse. Now, we're not including guys that are on the IR or the PUP, so we're not expecting Hawkinson to be ready week 1. We're expecting him to miss the first 4 games, so that's why you're not seeing him here. No, we don't think we're going to cut him. We just don't think he's going to be part of the opening day 53. Damn shame to see Robert Tonyan on that cut list, though. I tell you what, man, that bums me out.
Oh, man, you were so high on him.
I got a lot of flack for that.
Hey, with Hawkinson out those 4 games, Jalen Naylor needs to step the fuck up.
It's like I almost don't want to say Jalen Naylor's name too much because I don't want him. I don't even want to say it. I'm not going to say it.
I'm going to tell you right now, with the way that Muse has demonstrated how he can catch the ball in the limited time he has, it would not surprise me if he gets a start with Hawk out because he can catch the ball so well.
That's a bold
statement. Muse has been killing it the last 2 years, though.
Yeah, he's
made some unbelievable grabs in the preseason.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he did last year too. So I think this year he actually gets the 53. Last year I think we actually put him on our prediction too, and he didn't end up making it. But I think this year's the year, especially with Hawkinson being out, and it could lead to Muse being with us for a while because this is probably the last year for Johnny Munt with us. So I feel confident it's like Trey Knox, practice squad, Robert Tonyan. He's having back injuries right now. He's in his 30s. That's just no good.
About to retire, I guess.
Yeah, so this was pretty easy. I mean, maybe Tanya's a guy we call in week 6 if one of these guys go down or something, but he is not making the 53.
No, I'm still not out on Hawk being available early on. We'll see.
I think he comes back week 3.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, so if he comes back week 3, you think they're putting him on the 53 and just not having him play for 2 weeks?
Yes, I do.
So that means he can't be on the pup.
Yeah,
Because what? Because
He has
the
to pass
pup,
the
the pup
physical.
is the well, but yeah, but the pup is. I think he can pass the physical. The thing is with him, like you put him on the pup, isn't it 4 weeks? You have to be out.
Yes, he's on the pup
Yeah,
right
so
now. So he's
I
on the
think
pup
they-
right now.
That don't mean nothing.
I think start of the
It
season.
It does mean
if he-
something.
No, but that's what I'm
Everything means
saying.
everything.
The way he's looked, I think they put him on the 53 and he sits 2 games.
I agree. That's my take on it too.
Okay, but I'm telling you, since he's on the pup right now, the NFL rule says he has to pass the physical, no matter how good the Vikings feel about him or how good they think he is, and like, oh, he'll be ready week 3. He has to pass the physical.
Yeah, passing the
Wait,
physical.
hold on.
That's a
We
different
seem
thing.
very lackluster and lazy when it comes to people passing physicals nowadays.
Did Cam Akers just pass a physical?
Yeah,
Passing the physical is different than being ready to play. You have to ramp up at some point, man. I disagree with that take. It doesn't matter if he's on the pup. If he can pass the physical, he can ramp up for 2 weeks and then start on game 3.
The hurdle is passing the physical, though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. That's the hurdle.
What does turning your head and coughing have to do with the knee injury?
I don't know. What did a freaking ear infection have to do with not getting a contract?
Hey, back spasms. Back spasms.
Back spasms from an ear infection?
He had both of those.
He was in with a lot of pain. Have you had an ear
He was
infection?
suffering last offseason.
Yeah.
Don't wish it upon me though.
And then he was lifting that pen, and then after he lifted that pen, it was weird. It went away.
Magically healed. It's like a wand, that pin. Here's our offensive line, which maybe there might be some pushback. We're keeping 8 offensive linemen. We got Ingram staying, which I'm not too sure on anymore. Blake Brandel, Christian Darrisaw, Brian O'Neill, David Questenberry, Walter Rouse making the team, Garrett Bradbury, and Dan Feeney. We don't have Dalton Reiser making this team. Michael Juergens not making this team because he made our field goal kicker look bad, and we don't like that.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you. Love you.
Does everybody agree that Dalton Reiser is not going to make this team?
Yes. No, I mean, but I got overruled.
Yeah, I got overruled too. I don't think Dan makes this team. Yeah, I don't think Feeney and the way Ingram played. I don't know. I think Reiser stays in.
If you look at our offensive line, we don't have no center besides Garrett Bradbury and Feeney.
And that's what we rolled in with last year with Slotman playing the guard.
Correct, Shaq. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I think Feeney makes it because of the center. I mean, the only one who's been messing with center is Juergens, so I don't know if that's going to be a better option than Feeney.
But he looked like trash even on the line when he played the threes.
So,
I think
decent. Not on that kick return. He looked decent when he was playing guard. When they had him playing guard blocker for Hall, he didn't look too bad. Like he wasn't getting put on his ass.
I think you guys are and I'm not sure he makes the team, but he's going to definitely be on the practice squad. I think as bad as Juergens looked on one fucking play, I think they like him a lot more than you guys are giving him credit for.
I agree, but I don't think he's a 53 man. And
he may not be. I'm
actually hoping we can get him on the practice squad.
But they may keep 9 because they really like that second string team. They really do.
But they want to keep 9 for Reisner?
I think Reisner. There's teams out there that wanted to sign Reisner to make them play center. Like the Panthers wanted to sign Reisner to play center.
All right, well, we can definitely discuss that. Now we move on to the defense and start on the defensive line. We kept 5. We kept Harrison Phillips, Jaquelin Roy, Jonathan Bullard, much to Fisher's dismay, Levi Drake Rodriguez, and Jerry Tillery. Cutting.
Well, the funny thing is I put him on my 53 also before I rewatched the game. And if I were just going to knee-jerk react after rewatching the game, I would flip him out for Redmond. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but I would.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, just to be honest.
I know you're not.
I know you're not.
I'm gonna say this: Redmond or Jonah Williams replaces Roy.
No way.
I think Jonah Williams replaces Rodriguez.
Fish, I'm with you, dude. Like I didn't watch the game much, but I liked Rodriguez just for his hair alone. Because it reminded me of Palomalu. But I'm with you. If he was playing like shit, fuck him.
I think the one that surprised me the most is that we didn't make room for James Lynch because last year we did, but this year I'm not seeing it.
I'm not either. Nope.
And yeah,
Joe Williams makes it over Rodriguez because Kevin O'Connell knows who Jonah Williams is.
Yep.
He does, but if he does pick him over them, then I'm not gonna like the bias that he's using. I mean, we got enough former Rams on this team, and he did cut a Ram that he liked before. I forget his name, but we had the linebacker last year that he won a Super Bowl with. So
I don't think there's a world that doesn't have Levi Drake Rodriguez on this team. I just don't.
And that's why I'm fighting. I'm gonna say Jonah Williams is gonna take Roy. Roy's gonna go to practice squad.
Yeah, that could happen too.
Rodriguez gets picked up by
playing Roy would get picked up quick, bro. He ain't going to practice. No way.
Well, it depends on if let's say you're drafted and you go to practice squad, you can't be touched.
Who's starting on the defensive line, Trevor?
You get exclusive rights.
You're gonna have Phillips. You're gonna have Tillery, and you know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be. I'm telling you, it's gonna be Williams or it's gonna be Rodriguez or Bullard. I'm sorry, and Rodriguez will come at the end or Williams.
Bullard ain't going nowhere. They love him.
Roy is gonna. I'm telling you right now, and I'll throw that as my hot take. Roy will not be a part of the 53.
Oof.
Ooh.
Oh, by the way, hot takes are non-Viking related this week, so I'm glad you got that one out. Okay.
So next week,
there's a little bit of disagreement here, and mostly it's on Roy and Jonah Williams. It looks like. So we'll see what happens.
Of course, there's going to be disagreement on the weakest part of this team.
There you go.
Wait, isn't that cornerbacks?
Damn. I mean, we don't have just one weakness. That's the problem. So now we have our edge and outside linebackers, which is Dallas Turner, Jonathan Grenard, Andrew Van Ginkel. We got Gabriel Murphy right now. I'm not too sure on. I mean, I'm still hopeful for it, but he did not travel to Cleveland, so he's not going to play on Saturday, which I think is really going to hurt his chances. We got Bo Richter and Patrick Jones. What helps Gabriel Murphy is if we do end up keeping 6, we're only cutting Andre Carter and Owen Porter. Now, they do have a little bit of a tie to Carter, so that might, cause some complications, but I think they have that same tie with Gabriel Murphy now. What do you guys think?
That's a
really good linebacker.
Sexy 6. That's a sexy 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
First 3, nasty. Those first 3.
Yeah.
And if with Murphy not traveling with the team, that tells me his injury is a little bit serious.
No.
So you can puff or IR him and still be on this team.
See, and that's the hard part. I think Porter played better than Andre Carter, and that's the thing that's going to suck is it's going to come down to Porter could make it depending on Murphy.
Right. And do you think like maybe Murphy's injury is not too serious, but they're just gonna like play it like it's serious and put him on the pup because they know if they try to slide him onto the practice squad, he's gonna get picked up? Like, do teams play those kind of games?
I could see that.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering because
I would say
we're gonna put you on ice for 4 weeks and see how these guys work out. I mean, I'm not big on Patrick Jones. If they let Patrick Jones go, I'm not mad at all.
No, not at all.
I wouldn't be mad, but he's the only one on that linebacker group who's been here for longer than a year.
Right. And that's probably the only reason we have him there now is because he's been there before. But based on like what we've seen him do, I don't think any of us would be sad that if he wasn't.
No.
He does one thing good. He holds the edge good. He doesn't get pressure. He's just an NFL player. He's a pro, but man, he ain't nothing special, man.
No.
What was the other guy that came in with him that we let go?
DJ Wanham?
Yeah. I mean, I would have rather had Wanham than him.
But Wanham got paid, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Wanham got paid
from the Panthers.
Yep.
Come on.
I would like to see those guys get pushed towards other strings of players they go up against in preseason.
Go to bed.
So
you go to bed.
Go to bed.
Linebackers, we got Blake Griffin, Ivan Pace, Camus Gruger Hill. Is that how you say his name? Camus?
Yeah.
Camus Gruger Hill. Camus. So he provides a little bit of a veteran presence.
You motherfucker.
Ryan
Get back in there.
Austin.
Get back in there. You motherfucker.
Go to bed.
His wife got out again.
She got off. She got away from the radiator.
She grabbed those Sour Patch Kids.
Honey, I'm hungry. No.
Yeah, that was
fight for Dallas Gant or Jordan Kusnik, who we just signed, is supposed to be a special teamer.
No.
looks good to me.
I mean, Jordan Kusnik, he's an ace. Well, so I heard.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
he's a
did read
special
that.
teams
We
ace.
did read that. So here's the cornerback room, which I think some people might get hurt.
Here we go.
Byron Murphy, a Caleb Evans, Shaq Griffin, Fabian Moreau providing that veteran presence, and Dwight McLaughlin making it as a UDFA.
I like McLaughlin. That's our special boy out of Arkansas. Arkansas is making it, baby.
There's a few guys on this cut list that might bring some feelings out of people. One being Duke Kelly, of course. Nashawn Wright, I know somebody who's not too happy with that. And then AJ Green's actually been showing some stuff in camp. So I mean, there is some debate here, but what do you guys think? If we're only keeping 5 cornerbacks, what do you think about the 5 we kept? Do you think we're going to keep more?
So do you really think they don't keep Wright after they just traded for him?
They keep him.
Because they're going to cut Booth, and now they can cut Wright, and it's cheaper.
That's true. Okay. Yeah.
My thing is with this, we're so slim at cornerback without a move being on. I think we keep more than 5 just because how slim we are.
Yeah, I think we're going to keep 6 personally.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I think maybe if anything, it's AJ Green. Duke Shelley came in, and for as much as Lenny were pounding the table for him because of what he did, he's looked like shit.
Who's on our IR?
I'm not friending you on Facebook anymore, Trevor.
Kai Blackman.
Well, it's not my fault. I was pounding the table for him. Well,
I think Wright makes the team. He's big. He's tall. He doesn't turn his hips good, but we need some height. If we saw it last year, you need a tall guy. They wanted a tall guy. They drafted a tall guy. He died. now we got this dude. So
Shaq from being injured.
I still
bedside manner is second to none, sir.
Right?
I still think Gilmore signs before the season.
Yeah, if Gilmore signs, I don't know if that we cut one of these guys or we cut somebody else from the 53 and keep 6. I like the 5 that we kept. I'm not mad about any of the ones that we cut.
No, I'm good with that. Yep.
Toodles.
Now the safeties.
Mr. Sexy.
We kept a lot of safeties, guys. We kept a lot.
Yeah, I don't agree with keeping 7 of these. I'm sorry.
No.
I don't either, but so this was a collaboration, and collaboration can be a beautiful thing, but it also means nobody gets their way. So we got Harrison Smith, Josh Metellus, Cam Bynum, Jay Ward, Lewis Seen, Najee Thompson, who it's debatable whether he's a safety or cornerback right now. Doesn't really matter. He's a special teamer. He's not going to touch the field on defense. And then we have Theo Jackson. We cut Bobby McCain. I got a gripe with that.
Yeah, I think Bobby.
No, I think Bobby makes it.
Yeah, over
Who
Theo.
are you taking off that list to replace him?
Whoa, what, Cody?
Can we shit can Scene? Let's just shit can him. Scene needs to go.
Okay, you backtracked a little bit there, Cody, but you said a different name first.
Yeah, Theo Jackson, Lewis Seen.
No
No
Theo
way.
Jackson's making this team.
Not Theo.
Jackson's making the team.
Honestly, I'd say Jay Ward over. I think Jay Ward would get cut with Bobby.
Jay Ward's got too much position flexibility to get cut.
See, I know that you said that, but I haven't seen any proof of that happening, of him playing cornerback.
Jay Ward
has proven failure.
I didn't say he looked good. It's position flexibility.
You got a hot take saying he's going to be a starting cornerback.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm wrong about that, but he's but he's still got too much flexibility.
I like it, Ronaldo. I respect the hell out of that.
You can move Theo Jackson to practice squad. Ain't nobody picking him up.
Oh, you're wrong as hell. Are you
Terrible take.
I know you're trying to pick a fight right now. We can put him into the practice squad and no one's going to pick him up.
That dude's a stud, man. He's Josh Metellus light.
I want to keep Bobby McCain because just off the hit he put on that Raider, he did exactly what we were hoping Scene would do the last 3 years, and he did it in one preseason game.
Was that
Yep.
hey? Was that
On a
the time
punt.
that the flag was thrown and it was
No flag was
interference?
thrown.
No flag.
No flag. It was a good
He
hit.
leveled that tight end.
Everything.
What quarter was that?
The decleater. It doesn't
it
matter.
was
He
the
hit a
first.
grown man and knocked the ball.
Oh, when starters were in. Okay, that's good.
So
My thing is, where
We
did
like
we get
answering
Bobby
He
McCain
was trying to
from?
catch him doing the punt returns and look timid as fuck to try to even push a guy out of bounds.
Oh, we're not keeping Lewis Seen.
Yeah,
No,
Scene
big
can
Bob.
go bye-bye. You can keep. It's a gift. You can keep whoever you want as long as Scene kicks rocks. Fuck him.
Yep.
He needs to go.
Yep.
Jack, were you saying something?
I said, where did we get Bobby McCain from? That he can't fit on practice squad.
He's too old. He's
He's
31.
30 years old.
Hey, don't worry. Be happy.
He was in free agency. It's not like some team's about to sign his ass.
Right, but I'm saying that I want him to play.
Play. That nigga could sit his ass on the bench. Practice squad.
Motherfucker, you said we're gonna play 4 safeties.
Yeah, and he's
So-
not one of them.
So sometimes those 4 safeties need to take a breath.
You got Jay Ward, Najee Thompson. You got the linebackers.
But Jay Ward's not a safety, bro. He didn't do anything last year. He looked like garbage against the third stringers in the Raiders game.
That old
He's-
bitch
he's-
hopped it. She hopped it. For what? I don't know.
I don't know what Bobby McCain did last year.
I don't get about
Propping him up like he
But
started.
it doesn't matter about last year. Jay Ward looked like garbage in the first preseason, and Bobby McCain was out there laying wood and at least was staying with everybody.
I mean, our second strongest.
He also has experience with Flores on the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Our second strongest position group on this team has the most players on the roster. That's not good.
Played and won the game, Cody.
What? You play the Raiders
Can
30.
Can Bobby McCain play nose tackle?
If you ask him to, he would do it. Okay, he's that kind of guy. If you ask him to play nose tackle, he's gonna go play nose tackle.
You need an extra center.
I liked how they had McCain with the first group. That's good.
Hey, I heard Pat F-Line's available.
Oh God.
Oh no! Oh no!
He's out for the season, Nick. Chill.
Does anybody think that we actually keep Reichert after missing that field goal though?
No way.
Cut him.
Like if the
Cut that piece
Packers
of
cut
shit.
Greg Joseph, Nick, should we go get Greg Joseph, Nick?
No.
Nick, you scared me for a second, bro.
Fuck no! We just got okay. We just made the game winner. He just walked off.
We don't have Mike Zimmer anymore. He's
he
safe.
wouldn't have had to make the game winner if he wouldn't have missed that other one.
He didn't miss it. It got blocked. It got blocked.
Yes.
A block.
Does
is
it
not
go
a
on his record as a? Does it go on his stats as a miss, Nick?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yes, it does.
No.
Robbie,
Come on.
1 for 2 on field goal.
No.
Maybe not in your personal love. Like
That's all it counts. And that's all it counts.
I thought you separate your fan card. You said
Not
that
right now. No.
Not
It's
right
fully,
now.
it's fully engaged right now.
Somebody
To be fair,
ripped
it
on a
doesn't
block
matter. It's preseason.
and they
No
blocked the
stats
kick.
matter.
this right here is your 2024 Minnesota Vikings.
Nice.
Cut 'em
Snapshot
off.
that shit.
God
I
damn.
mean, if this doesn't say Super Bowl, then what does?
1-16.
Oh, don't do that, Nick. How much rum you had tonight?
The Detroit
A
Lions.
lot.
Fuck.
Replace Tillery with Tier Tart.
No.
Feel a little better.
I am down.
There.
I mean,
What? There is rumor that
apparently
they were
has,
saying
like-
they were going to get him.
apparently has an attitude issue and doesn't want to play hard issue. But I mean, I'm sure we could bring it out of him.
Can I ask a stupid question?
Yes.
So, yes, another one. So we didn't trade for Russell Wilson today, did we?
No.
Gosh, I didn't think it could be that stupid.
Okay, good. Because that came up on my phone. I'm like, what the fuck?
Did Robbie text you?
Something.
I told you about talking to these predators.
Who's that?
Robbie
Too old
sending
for me.
secret DMs again.
Keith, look at Leonard's comment where it says, God, I'm glad we aren't in charge of the roster. What changes could have been made off of who
That's
was
my next question, Lenny. I was going to ask everybody. you know, what changes would you have made, Leonard? So rewrite this
I
whole
could
roster.
make that statement.
I mean, who do we cut that ruined our Super Bowl?
For UDFAs at this point, Leonard.
I mean,
like,
at this point, Leonard, you might be saying that we should take Grenard off and put Andrew Carter in his place. I mean, what? How did we screw up so bad?
Lenny's got us pulling Fitz magic and putting him at the starter.
Lenny, you're saying something about keeping 7 safeties. You got to realize that Najee was listed as a cornerback last year. Supposedly he got changed to safety, but he just plays special teams. Like, that's really nothing. So really it's 6 safeties, and that's what we kept last year. Every safety that we have on the roster was on the roster last year. Huh?
We're looking at 2 rocks right now. Like, that's a rock, and that's like it's
the rocks.
Seen is not making it. Maybe that's a possibility. But then if he doesn't, McCain's gonna make it. So
we're having a party.
I still say that
first round is
guaranteed
on
money
me.
says he is.
Yeah, if we cut Scene, it's a $5 million loss. So at this point, I think they keep him.
Yeah.
So damn bad. He sucks.
He'll be a $5 million.
You don't think that there's some coach out there that's like, I can change him, baby. I can change him.
I hope there is, man.
All right, well, I do want to. We're running a little late, and I don't mind that because this has been fucking fun as fuck tonight. Like, I've been enjoying this, but I do want to get to our hot take. But before we do that, I would like to just ask, what are you guys looking for this preseason game? McCarthy's gone. We're not going to get to see him play. Maybe our stars might play a little bit more. We might see a little bit more Sam Darnold. What are you looking for, Rinaldi, in this game against the Browns on Saturday, which we will be live for?
I'm just looking for I want to see what happens on the interior offensive line and the interior defensive line. I just want to see how they stack up against a really good defense, right? And a really, a good offense, a good enough offense. I think preseason games are pretty vanilla. And I think this is the vanilla game out of the vanilla games. The second one in, they practiced 3 days. They practiced 2 days together. Hey, how you doing, Nick? They practiced 2 days against this team. I don't think we're going to see a lot of starters. I just think that it's going to be a very vanilla looking game. And if they can show some interior and offensive and defensive lines, that's what it's going to look like. That's all I'm looking for.
So you took Fish's answer, and now he's scrambling for a new answer. Fish, what are you looking forward to seeing this weekend?
He did not take my answer. I'm looking for our team to make it out with all our fingers and toes at this point.
Fair.
That's actually fair.
They're
I mean, look,
I heard
dude,
big finger.
if we're getting injured in practice, God forbid we're actually start playing a game.
Hurting us. You're hurting us.
I'm ready to see my man Nick Mullins take the field.
Big Dick Nick.
Yeah, buddy.
Shaq, what are you looking for to? Are you looking at yourself in the mirror, Shaq? It looks like you're looking at yourself in the mirror. You're popular.
Nah.
People like you.
Sweet bedroom.
Appreciate
Was that Stuart Smalley you just pulled?
Yes.
Yes.
He's breaking the fourth wall.
Stuart Smalley.
You got to sometimes.
And people like you.
What I'm looking forward to is for the preseason to be over, honestly. Like, I'm ready for it to be regular season. I can't.
So you're in Fish's boat. You're not looking for nothing specific this game. You just don't want to see any damn injuries.
Yeah, because I mean JJ's already going. It's like I have nothing really to look forward to. Maybe see some pass rush from some players we just got this year. Vikings playing for this roster spots, offensive line blocking. So I'll go with that. The offensive line, the trenches. That's what I'm mostly looking forward to next game.
All right. So you're with Rinaldi on that one. Cody, what are you looking forward to seeing?
I mean, I said it earlier. I want to see the guys that did well last game, and I want them seeing moved up the depth chart just to go up against other, like the real NFL talent level. Like Bo Richter. I want to see Bo Richter with the second strings. We seen McCain just picked up, and he was playing on the first string, second string defense, and he did well. So I want to see what Bo Richter can do now at a different level of competition.
So you want to see Green Bay beat Viking ass?
Nick, control your bitch.
All right, sorry
Put
guys.
a leash on him, Nick.
Lenny,
It's not
what are you
Nick's
looking
fault.
for? What are you looking forward to seeing on Saturday?
Just young players playing. Young players
Somebody
playing. Young
rewrite the
players getting
53.
better. I'm looking for people to stand out. Who wants to make this roster? That's what I'm looking for.
I think Robbie's drawing us pictures. You're looking for some. You're looking for some Baji?
JJ's.
Robbie wants to see Riker go 2 for 2 for field goals this week.
Me too. As long as they're 50 yards or more.
No, I'll wait my turn. I'll wait my turn.
Nick, what are you hoping to see this game?
I just want to. I'm sorry, guys. No, I'm not. I just want to see Nick Mullins do good. I don't know why. I just want to see. I want to see. You know what? Fuck it. You know what, Shaq? Shaq, wake up, Mr. Sam Donald fan. I want to see.
Did you watch the game? Did you watch the game?
I want to see Nick Mullins start his quest to challenge Sam Donald for the starting quarterback job this year.
My man!
And that would take us on the path. And you know why? You know why? That would take us on the path to draft, the Georgia quarterback, number 1. That's why.
Wait a minute, you lost me.
You were strong, you were going good, and then you just.
Yeah,
Carson back.
you were like incoherent on that last part.
Did Robbie touch you, Nick?
There's nothing that happens. There's nothing that happens this year where the Vikings draft a quarterback next season.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
15, and let's say Beck goes off like Joe Burrow, you don't think the coaches aren't going to
I think their pick will become more valuable to trade.
That is the only way. I agree with Cody. That is the only way. If a quarterback goes off and they look like the best thing since Patrick Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence, blah, 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 that's the only way we draft a quarterback.
And that's going to be Beck this year. I really think Beck's going to have a big year at Georgia this year.
Break it to you, fellas. We've already drafted our future. They won't get another stay of execution by drafting another quarterback next year.
It is my fault.
So
everything's your fault, Robbie.
It's infectious.
So you'd pass on maybe let's say another Caleb Williams pops up. You'd pass on.
Yeah, because I'll take like the 3 first rounders.
I'll take all the picks that we can get.
Also,
we got our future.
Going to be better than Caleb Williams, so that was a bad one. I got it on good word that Caleb Williams is going to be a bust of monumental proportions.
I'm saying that. I'm normally wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of shit, especially in draft picks. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm good with that still.
No, okay.
See if that happens. Shaq will be changing it to fuck the picks till we love picks.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
all right, Trevor, what are you looking forward to seeing on Saturday?
I want to see the kind of like what Cody said. I want to see the continuation. I want to see Tristan Jackson continue stepping up, showing that he can be that number, 3/4, break, get in front of Powell. Richter step up. I want to see Levi shut Fish up and can show that he is that man. The big thing though, I really do want to see. I want to see Juergens come in and just pancake motherfuckers and to show that, I had a bad game, my bad. You know what, I folded like a lawn chair in the middle of a play, but and made our kicker go 1 for 2. 1 for 2.
You know why Hartman left Wake Forest, right?
What?
You know why Sam Hartman?
Where do we fucking go? Because he wasn't even worthy of getting drafted himself, bro.
Running away from Juergens. He's the quarterback in his.
After 6 season in fucking Wake Forest.
That's the big thing. I want to see the unheralded guy step up. I like to see Rouse continue his move. I want to see all the guys that showed promise keep going. But I want to see the guys that did not show up last week to show up this week to give a little bit of competition to stay on that roster.
Hey, for the record, Trevor, I don't want to besmirch Levi. I want him to do great.
Oh, I know you do.
I thought he did. I was watching again to say, I'm going to hype this guy up. And then I was like,
You did say that.
I know.
I'd love to see him go off. I'd love to see him do all the stuff. So yeah.
Cody,
where's Pat and Kevin? Like, can they just come in and hang out just for like a week to show them the defensive line what to do?
You teach him how to be fat or what?
Yeah, all right, get fat. You got to get fat to be a space eater. So who's going to get fat?
Harrison Phillips.
I'm gonna try.
I mean, I'm pretty good at that.
Harrison Phillips is pleasantly plump. He doesn't stand a chance.
I've been dying to hear this. We got this diagram up next to Robbie's beautiful face. Robbie, what are you looking forward to seeing besides some V?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is my villain card. I'm gonna be playing this right now. So that's my villain card.
Oh, that was the anticipation was killing me, and I'm glad you got that out of the way quick.
I had to throw it out there. What I look forward to this game is, and it will change to my hot take. I look forward to watching the Browns, not us, the Browns. I think the Browns are that damn good where they're going to beat the shit out of us. Unfortunately, they are. But I'm going to look at one of the teams that I have hopeful that'll be in the AFC Championship. So I'm going to look at that team, take notes, and be like, goddamn, on paper, you guys are not the Browns anymore.
I think the Browns
shit out. Car breaks his leg.
Sorry.
Played
the villain card.
There's my villain card. That was my villain card.
I think the Browns beat the brakes off us in the first half.
Absolutely.
I can't have that. And let me tell you why. Because I'm in a fantasy football league, $125 buy-in, and the way we're determining the draft order is we all had to pick a team, and based on the points they score is where you're drafting, and I took the Vikings.
Whoa. So what if multiple teams score the same points?
Then there's a tiebreaker.
We don't think Nick Mullins could put up points against the Browns.
I'm either hoping the Browns have a score the most points, or they don't score any points, and I'll take the last pick and get that turnaround.
Right. You're not bad though, dude. You're all right. You're in good shape so far.
Keith,
go take a look at who the Browns have on that team. Again, on paper, they are nasty as hell.
Right, but you realize this is like preseason. I mean,
I understand that. I'm even saying depth wise, they're pretty good depth wise too. That is a good team.
There's the Browns.
Is that how down the league, the different league than last year?
What would a call be without an appearance from Lenny's Dogs?
Did we do Shaq?
We need the soundbite.
We've got a soundbite there.
Yes, we did Stuart Smalley. We did him.
I actually have a soundbite I didn't get to use tonight. I'm pretty disappointed in you guys.
My bad.
Next week. All right. Well, we got 4 people left watching, but doesn't care because this is the only part of the show we clip, and we can show everybody later. So we're gonna jump in and do the hot takes. We do them every week. Last week we did preseason hot takes. Do you want to say something first, Trevor? Before the hot takes?
No. For the hot takes, let me hit the hot take.
Okay, but let me. I don't know if you heard. These are non-Viking hot takes. Okay.
Yep.
So this week we're gonna do the hot takes, and this week the hot takes are non-Viking hot takes. And Rinaldi, lead us off.
This year, the Indianapolis Colts will be in the AFC Championship game.
Ooh, the Colts. So Anthony Richardson.
You watch. And that's a hot take. Yeah, I know that's a hot take, Robbie.
No, it is because Robbie has the Browns, so the Browns Colts AFC Championship. I mean, I'm down for that. That's different. Like we haven't seen that in a while. Like I'm not hating that. All right, what do you got, Fish?
The Kansas City Chiefs will not win the division this year.
Whoa.
Oh, thanks, Fish. You set me up for my hot take. Real nice.
I'm there for you, buddy.
Shaq, what do you got? Non-Viking hot take.
So, offensive rookie of the year will be Caleb Williams, and defensive rookie of the year will be Latu.
Shocking.
Also,
what a shocking.
Caleb Williams will have MVP votes.
Whoa.
So you need all of that?
Yes.
Good segue for mine. I like it.
All right. Cody, what's your non-Viking hot take before you? I mean, go ahead, get the dip going and do that. I want you to speak clearly.
Will make the playoffs. Packers, Lions, and Bears.
All right, so Cody, I'm going to need you to say that again.
Packers will win the division. Lions will make playoffs. Bears will make playoffs.
So everybody but the Vikings are going to make the playoffs.
It's not Vikings related, so those three teams.
No, I'm just saying. You're saying everybody except the Vikings are going to make the playoffs in the division.
He's got a point.
All right. Robbie, what's your non-Viking hot take?
Ravens, Browns, Lions, and y'all gonna hate me on this because they have a straight path, and the way our season's going, again, somebody drank Joe Boo's fucking rum. Falcons.
What about them?
For what?
That's the AFC and NFC championships. Lions and Falcons. Again, I am not happy with that, but somebody drank Joe Boo's rum. And the AFC, it'll be the Browns and the Ravens.
Hey, Robbie, can you say that again in like a 10-second window?
Succinctly?
Just like bam.
The following will occur. The Browns and the Ravens will be in the AFC championship, whereas the Lions and Falcons will be in the NFC championship.
All right. This won't make the cut. Trevor, what's your hot take?
Bo Nix will have a better rookie season than Caleb Williams this year.
Right.
That's
everything. I know two dudes that work for the fucking Denver Broncos security, and they say they're hiding Bo Nix. They're not fucking showing him at all. He will be number one on the fucking depth chart.
He's third right now, so.
That's great. So how are we going to grade this? Like, are we just going to know it? No, and I'm not saying that to like joke around. Like, we're just gonna know, hey, Bo Nix had a better.
Is it going to be like? Is there going to be anything quantifiable? Is it going to be wins or is it going to be stats? How do you want to quantify that?
I'm gonna say on that. I'm gonna say stats. I mean, the hard part is the fact that Williams has better weapons than what Nix is going to have, but Nix is going to have better stats than what Caleb has.
I honestly think Bo Nix has a Will Levis type year.
I agree.
Which wouldn't be terrible.
No, not terrible at all.
So, but Will Levis has a mayonnaise cologne coming out.
Oh, yeah. What was up with that?
I'm buying that.
You should, and you should still like drink your coffee.
I'm gonna buy it and hug some bears.
All right, Lenny, what's your non-Vikings hot take?
Y'all single people are single for a reason. Shit.
I had a tough one with this one. Just thinking as you guys are talking, there's going to be 6 running backs with over 1,500 yards rushing each.
What was that? Lenny, say one more time.
6 running backs with over 1,500 yards rushing each.
6 running backs with over 1,500 yards rushing. Okay.
Can you name them?
What's happening.
Henry, McCaffrey, Saquon. I think Gibbs is hurt. That's 5. I got one more.
Aaron Jones.
Javonte Williams.
Who's the running back out of Texas that just got drafted?
Bijan Robinson.
No.
You said Bijan.
He went to the Panthers.
The other, yeah, I think he's going to the
You're the guy here.
Kareem Hunt kind of year. Kareem Hunt rookie year.
Why can't I think of a fucking name?
ETN?
I don't know. But we haven't had multiple 1,500 yard rush years in the NFL, so.
All right. Well, my hot take is that this year's MVP and Offensive Player of the Year will not be a quarterback. Boom.
But that's Justin Jefferson, so you can't use it. It's
There you go. I like that.
You got to make the playoffs to win MVP, though, I think.
Yeah. I just think this year it's not going to be a quarterback. I think there's like more buzz around. Like you saw Tyreek Hill being the number 1 player in the top 100. Like I think they're trying to shift away, like to show, hey, there's other players in this league. And I just don't think a quarterback's going to be the MVP or the Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, Tyreek's going to have 2 more kids by the end of the season, too.
I think you're shortchanging them on that.
Oh, fuck.
He averages 1 kid per 800 yards. I mean, come on now. You'll have
Shut up, Lenny.
and 1 lawsuit. Or at least 1 charge.
That was funny because I know what you're talking about, Lenny. That video.
Yeah, that fucking video is hilarious.
Those videos where like they do the coaches on the podium and they have someone doing the voiceovers, those are pretty fucking funny. There was a really good one. I forgot which one it was. I think it was the 49ers talking about Ayuk having one good season. Talking to John Lynch. John Lynch talking about Ayuk. That one was a freaking great one. All right, around the horn, then we're out of here. Ronaldo.
Let's just. I was gonna steal Cody's bottom line, but he's here tonight, so I don't have to do that.
Lost, ain't you?
Bottom line is this: we had a tough off season with things we couldn't control. We had a great off season with things we could. We're gonna be fine. It's gonna be a fun year to watch. We're gonna grow, and let's skull, man. That's just it, man. It's all good. There it is.
That wasn't it, but I had to play something. What you got, Fish?
Let's have some fun on Saturday. Last Saturday was so much fun being on the call with you guys, watching the game, even with Robbie being like half an hour ahead of us.
It seemed that way.
It was.
Robbie was like, all right, it's the first half. And I'm like, I'm doing this in the first quarter. Let's have some fun on Saturday. Let's enjoy this shit. And let's just pray we don't see too much blood. Skull, baby.
All right, Shaq.
If you made it this far to the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Always leave a comment. Let us know what we did well, and share the link. Let us be out there. We're trying to open the horizon. You know, we're trying to reach at least 10K by 2026. 10K. That's all we're asking for.
That ain't much. That's nothing. 4 touchdowns. That's nothing.
One person per injury.
Lenny, final words.
Just enjoy the summer before school starts back up for everybody, and everybody who's got kids at least.
Yeah.
What are those?
But yeah, otherwise, yeah. Till next week. See how this weekend goes.
All right, Trevor.
Everybody just needs to take the woo-saw effect. The season ain't fucking done. We got this. Let it happen. You know the Minnesota Vikings can't do anything but be at least somewhat competitive. So, woo-saw, let it go. We fine.
I like it. Robbie?
Everybody, please go get some blood work done, especially what's called an LFT, a liver function test. You will need to know your threshold for the amount of alcohol you're going to consume in the next upcoming year. And I want everybody to be safe. You're within you're not legal limits. I don't give a shit about that. But medically, I care. So please go get blood work done before the season starts, because we're all going to be fucked up. Our blood panels are going to be all shit. Our livers are going to be all fucked up. But I want to make sure that we're doing it correctly.
Hey,
and
Cody,
healthily.
we don't want no drinking and driving.
Thank you.
Does it work for purple Kool-Aid?
It does. That's some good shit.
I like that, Robbie.
That's purple drink.
I like it.
Sir.
Purple drink.
All right, Cody, what you got?
So, someone said on the Facebook page what type of season the Vikings will have, and people are saying, mine is the what the fuck ever happens season. All right, that's just how we're going to come into it. And that's how you should come into it, right? Like,
be entertained.
Just be entertained, all right? Don't drink and drive. Don't beat your dogs. Don't beat your kids. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's the start of the weekend. Get off of work. Get that pay. Buy yourself a bottle. Buy yourself some beer. Stay at home. Go to the bar. Have a plan. Don't be Jordan Addison. Have a great night. Let's go.
Skull, buddy.
All right, same thing. And I just want to say, as bad as things have looked, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, we only lost our backup quarterback. The way it seems like it's been a lot more. Nothing's changed. I still expect us to compete for a wild card spot. I don't think the division's really in our reach, but hey, maybe they can have like a Case Keenum like season and get it. So,
Case, if you're hearing this, we need a backup quarterback.
Hey, Case Keenum may become available, so let's watch for that. But we'll be here on Saturday during the game, and we're gonna have a bunch of fun doing it. So we'll see you then, and then we'll also see you on Thursday. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Go, baby.